I'm sure there's someone on what is it? My Strange Addiction.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they be eating drywall and sand and.
It's actually really funny. Did we start yet, by the way?
Yeah, it's recording. So
sorry about that.
We're rolling.
Yeah, we're rolling with it. But what's going on, guys? Big Dorky Kong with Freddy Freaker back in the studio.
We're back at it.
Yeah,
Wild Will.
I was gonna say I was like graciously re-invited by Will somehow after that first one. No traction on our Domino's Pizza dating profile yet, unfortunately.
Not yet.
But I am trying to pitch it with the big Z. That's pizza for those in the industry.
Oh, nice. I thought you meant Zuck. Big Z Zuckerberg
Honestly,
for sure.
I think we could pitch it to him too. I think he'd sit on top of his briefcase again and give us a little bit of dosh. But
yeah, I mean, hey man, how else are you gonna smoke these meats?
this is true. I mean, hey, smoke your meats 2026.
Smoke your meats 2026.
But I remember seeing because I was always curious because it wasn't just My Strange Addiction. I'd seen video after video on TikTok of people eating like cornstarch or like it wasn't flour. I think it was cornstarch, but like people eating just like handfuls of it, and I'm just like, it's got to be something. I found out there's like if you're like lacking in like vitamins or some sort of mineral, actually eating the cornstarch can be a thing. I'm not sure the actual like science behind it, but it's a widespread thing. I was like, surely this evolved from us as kids, like eating paint chips or like you said, like eating drywall. Like I'm not sure, but I was like, you know, maybe me eating sea urchin probably wasn't the worst thing in the world because people are out here actually doing stuff like that.
Oh, true. Yeah.
But yeah, man. So good to be back. Fun note to start off on. A little strange. But,
amazing.
You know.
Incredible note. And to continue that, do you know why kids used to eat paint chips?
Why?
Because lead tastes like sugar.
Really?
Yeah. So they were getting lead poisoning at the same time.
I think I know what I'm getting for lunch today. I think we got to go to some old house like before they ban lead-based paint and just start licking walls. It's like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. It's like, wow, the snozberries really taste like snozberries, and then smash cut to 3 months when I have cancer.
Yeah, for science.
But yeah, for science, that's actually how they tested it. They had a bunch of kids line up with strips of lead paint versus not, and they said, "Go to town, buddy."
Yeah, go to town on it. We're gonna see how much IQ you drop.
Yeah, that's probably not correct. But,
probably not true.
But probably is the crazy part. Could be true.
Could be true.
I would do it. I would get paid by science to do that.
Love that.
But I did not know that before. It's like I'd seen there was someone had posted like what does or they asked to describe this like radioactive material. It was like plutonium like 274 or something like that. And this was back like in the early stages of the Google AI, like you press a search and it gives you your results.
Oh, sure.
And it was like, oh, you know, plutonium, you know, whatever is known for its like light or neon green glow. It's, you know, highly radioactive. And some have described it as having like a sour, like apple flavor.
Oh, God.
And then I remember that person was like, you're not going to convince me to eat radiation today. Not this time, Google. Not today.
Yeah, why are you making it seem so good?
And I was like, well, first off, who tried it? Second off, why did they try it? Third off, are they still amongst us? I would like to believe so, just because that would like tell me there are people who can recycle radiation out there, and they may be, you know, meta-human at this rate. But I would enjoy getting to know the story of how they were like, oh, you know, I was having lunch one day, and then they threw down some plutonium, and now we know it's sour apple flavor.
Yeah, just like all the Marvel movies, like anime as well, they're documentaries.
It's all real. Like
it's all real.
The government doesn't want you to know that One Piece is real. It is out there. You know, Demon Slayers. It wasn't actually all in their head. The artist just said that's that way you didn't try learning cool sword techniques.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Jujutsu Kaisen, you can learn jujutsu arts.
Yep, that is true. You can actually make curses appear and things like that. I've actually I've tried to summon Maharanga before, but unfortunately I just ended up shitting my pants. I tried really hard, but
nice.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of like I summoned this sacred, you know, 7 treasures, and then I had to, you know, abscond from the fight. So it wasn't. I didn't actually win that one, but it just taught me to train harder.
Yeah, and I see curses all the time. There's voices everywhere.
Yeah. The voices in my head, they're just my demons. You know, I'm trying to summon them, but it takes a little bit of time.
Yeah, it takes a little time for them to come out.
You have to harness your power. And Golden Boy, just to pull that back in. That is also real. There is a
circle
guy
back.
out there who licks toilets and can program databases. I am sure of it.
I am sure. And he also, graduated college but chose not to get the degree or
Yeah,
whatever.
Absolutely.
He's smart but not.
I don't really
Curiously
do
enough.
formal schooling. I prefer to get spit on by women. It's actually getting more realistic the more I think about it. There definitely is at least 3 people out there.
At least. I mean, you're right.
I didn't graduate college, but
You don't have to.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'd get spit on.
Oh, nice. You know what's crazy? This Freddy Freaker shirt.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So when I talked about Freddy Figure last time, I wasn't kidding. I got this one back when it was, I think it was Oni NG on YouTube. He bought the rights for a bit, and he made this for Christmas. He made the sweater and the stuffed animal. And like I said last time, my coworkers didn't believe that I actually owned all this stuff, so I had to dig it all out. And I'm like, you know what? I think it just becomes part of the routine. Like when it's on the weekends or like sleepwear, we get the freak out, put our arms out, we're good to go. Yeah,
It's the free.
I was gonna say. So you call him
That's
now.
so
It's
good.
New York to L.A. So it's find out what's happening. He's right here to help you out. And yeah, he's seasonal. So it's really good just to get the family together and reminisce about all the times you called the freak hotline. It was just some dude breathing weird on the other end and then hung up and you were charged $2. So. That's the. I feel like I said that last time. That's the only stories I've ever heard is that nobody actually got any news. They just would call.
Whoa.
Someone would pick up, and it would be kind of like awkward breathing for a couple seconds, and then the line would disconnect, and that was it. So he truly was a freak.
He was a freak.
Might have been named Freddy, but yeah. So I figured last time I had the alpha male shirt. This time we'll rep the freak.
Insane.
Yeah, and it's actually really funny too, because my wife, she works, the company she works for, she like part of what they did for the spring is that they do these they call them play days, and essentially it's a paid day that they get, and then they just do activities. Like there was a magician, they had Zumba classes if you wanted to keep your energy going, things like that, and then they had a bunch of different workstations that you could go to spend your time. And because she's remote, excuse me, she got 3 choices. She got to do make your own candles. It would be it was taste and grind your own coffee, like a coffee station. And then there was wood burning. So she was like, I don't know which one. It's like, I already have a coffee machine. I already have a coffee machine at home. Have more than enough candles. She's like, all right, let's do wood burning. But then we were also like, how are you exactly, as a remote worker, how are we going to do a wood burning thing? Well, they sent her an entire wood burning kit, a bunch of stencils, and a bunch of pieces of wood that you could actually burn onto. And she had the class where they would teach them how to use the wood burning pen and things like that. And I remember because she was like, oh wow, it's she got all this stuff, and they were like, all right, it's free time. It was on Zoom, and they were like, or his team, sorry. And they were like, we're going to give you 45 minutes, make whatever you want. Stencil whatever you want, or don't freehand it, whatever you feel like doing. And, I just start hearing her giggling from the bedroom. And I'm just like, you okay in there? And she's like, yeah, don't come in. I said, okay. And I was like, that's concerning, but all right. So I'm sitting there, and the whole time she's just cackling and wood burning, cackling and wood burning. And I'm just like, what is happening? And then finally, at the half hour mark, she finally just busts out in laughter. She's like, this is the worst thing I've ever created. And I'm like, there's no way. I was like, that's not possible. And she's like, you want to come see it? And I said, okay. She's like, I can't share this with the class. So she's like, I'll at least I'll share it with you. And then she's like, wait, you have a desk at work, right? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, if I give you something to put on it, can you promise me you'll put it on there? And I was like, absolutely. I was like, because we had already, I have a little anniversary gift. It's a Stardew Valley, acrylic thing. I have a bunch of, one-piece light up little squishy devil fruits, for stress relief. I have a bunch of little, figures that I've collected. So my desk is already decorated. This is not a new thing. So I said, absolutely. So I come in, and she's looking at it, and she's laughing. And she has it face down. And she's like, okay, I'm going to preface this by saying, this is my first time wood burning. So you can't tell me it's ugly. And I was like, I can't tell you it's ugly because you made it, so therefore it's not ugly. Oh. But anyway, she was like, okay. And she gave it to me. And I have it. And I was like, should I flip it over? What should I do with it? She was like, no, just turn it, rip the Band-Aid. I said, okay. I flip it over, and I'll send you the picture if you want to put it in like the episode or whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
She wood burned a picture of the freak himself. She burnt Freddy Freaker into a piece of wood, and she lost her mind. I lost my mind because it was perfect. It was the most amazing thing I think I had ever seen because I just didn't know what to expect. And everyone else done like a Lego brick. They had done Mario, something simple. But when I say she fucking, let me see here. Oh, actually, am I allowed to curse? I realized I didn't.
That's okay. I'm not monetized.
Oh, that's true. I forgot. They take your money without giving you the actual money. She burnt this.
Whoa!
Into the piece of wood.
That's amazing.
And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, this is the most amazing thing that I've ever seen. She's like, are you serious? I was like, yes. I was like, this is great.
Wow.
So we were having a good laugh about that. And I was just like, everyone else did like a butterfly or like an apple, something simple. I was like, you have to show them Freddy Freaker. And she's like, I can't. They'll never understand. They're like old, like 50, 60-year-olds. They're not going to get the joke. And I was like,
yeah, they're not going to get it.
Fair enough.
These old heads will not understand.
But I was like, this is amazing. But then the problem was she got a taste of the power that she holds with this wood burning kit. Now, obviously, you can't show the second one, I don't think, but you tell me. I just sent it to you.
Well, I can't look at it right now.
That's true. But so for Father's Day, she had been making something in secret. She didn't want to tell me what it was. And then finally, she was like, all right, this is she gave me a little card, has some chocolate and things like that. And then she's like, this is for me and the cats. We don't actually have kids. But they are our kids. And so on the back, it was a very sweet message, Happy Father's Day, love you, meow, little paw print, wood burned in from all 4 of our cats. And I'm like, oh, this is so sweet. And I go to flip it over. She's like, wait. But I already flip it over. This is what she gave me.
Whoa.
She wood burned Mr. Boss.
No way.
Feeding Jason.
Wow.
From Smiling Friends into the coaster.
Interesting. I may or may not be able to.
I don't know if you can, but if you guys need to look up Smiling Friends feeding Jason, that's all you need to see. But she would burn that into the thing.
Oh God.
And she was like, "Do you like it?" And I was like, "Like it? I'm bringing this to work tomorrow." And so sure enough, I've got Freddy Freaker, a bunch of One Piece like devil fruit, my little cute Stardew Valley anniversary gift, and then my coaster sitting on my desk that I used to put my actual drinks on at work. And as soon as I brought that in, everyone just looked at me and they said, what the hell is that? Yeah. I had to sit there and show them the scene from Smiling Friends. Thank God they're all cool.
Yeah.
Because they were like, that's hilarious. And the fact that she actually captured it perfectly is amazing that she did that with wood burning. But they're also like, that's also very creepy. Please don't have that flipped up around me. I said,
yeah.
Fair
maybe
enough.
Turn that around. I'm glad you said that though, because I was just wondering what your coworkers were thinking of your desk at this point.
To be fair, these are also the same people who like. We've had debates before. Debates more like I was yelling at one of my coworkers because he was trying to convince me that, for the sake of YouTube, what Anissa did to Mark was considered from Invincible, was okay because she's hot and he should just stop complaining. And I'm like,
wow,
you're a bad person. Like, you are a bad person. Like, I mean, to be fair, he says outlandish shit all the time. But that one thing, multiple of us were like, that's not, you can't say that. He's like, nah, it's fine. If it was me, I'd be okay with it. I'm like, yeah, because you're cool with that. Like, that's the problem, is Mark was very happy with Adam and Adam Eve and things like that. Like, you can't say it's okay for him because you would like it.
Yeah, cool. Cool Kintaro.
Yeah. But yeah.
Thanks, man.
I was just like, dude, I was like, that. So it's like, that's the other part of it, too. It's like, they're like, that's weird. And I'm like, I know things about all of you that I think this cup is the least of our issues here, or the coaster, I mean. But no, I mean, by and large, we have our differences at work, but I don't mind most of the people I work with.
That's good.
So they were cool with that. They were cool with. There was a time that our friend Brian, he had bought the secret Tum Tum card.
Okay.
And it's a really like it was a VTuber collab with Weiss Schwartz, and it's got like this cat girl with purple hair on it. Her stomach's exposed, and her foot's right in front of the right front facing on the card.
Yeah, no,
and
for sure.
Literally called, "Do you want to try touching my secret tum tum?"
Oh, whoa!
He brought that in and put it under my keyboard, and he told me, he's like, "Hey man, I've got a gift for you. It's on your desk." I was like, "Oh my god, thank you. That's so nice." I had no idea because I was like, he doesn't owe me anything. And as I come over, I was like, why? I was like, "Why? That's so nice that he just got me a nice little gift." And I'm looking for it. I'm like, "Oh, where is it?" And he's like, "Lift your keyboard." And I lift my keyboard, and I see the Weiss Schwartz back of it, and I immediately lose all color in my face. Because I'm like, I know what this is.
Yeah.
But of course, as part of the joke, he had been hyping it up to our other coworkers. So, of course, they see me lift my keyboard, like, "Oh, Felipe's going to open his gift. Let's see. And they all run over.
Oh,
and I'm like,
no.
Don't do this to me. Yeah. Be good to me. And Brian's like, "Show him your gift, Felipe." And I'm like, I don't want to. And he's like, "Flip it over." And they're like, "Come on, stop being a pussy. Flip it over." And I was like, and I flip over the card, and they're all just like, immediately they all just go, "Oh." And Brian was like, "Yeah, you're welcome. I know you asked for that." And I spun around. I was like, "No, I didn't. I didn't ask for this." And he just starts dying because they were like, "Oh, you wanted that, huh?" And I'm like, No. I was like, "That's not, I didn't ask for this. And he's just like, "Yeah, man, you're welcome. I know you really wanted that." And
Whoa.
I was just like the betrayal in that moment. But now I can't, because if you backpedal out of that situation, you just look like you're denying it. You can't win at that point. So I was just like,
evil.
Yeah, I literally just put it in my deck box, and to this day I still have it as a token for my cats and dogs deck because she's a cat girl. But every now and again they'll come to me like, "Hey, how's that card doing, Felipe?"
One of the most evil things I've ever heard.
I was like, "Oh," and he's like, "Don't worry, I got one for Paul too." And I'm like, that doesn't help at all.
Yeah, that doesn't make you feel better.
It's like everyone here doesn't know Paul, so I just look like the freak with a foot card now.
Yeah, not even a white elephant gift. That was just a curse.
Like, just for no reason on like a summer evening. He did it like last year. The
Diabolical.
Year before. Absolutely
Malicious.
cut me to the core. But I was just like, oh.
A fate worse than death.
Yeah, because now I'm the foot guy.
Yeah, now you're the foot cat guy.
To be fair, I guess I've kind of turned into it with like the Mr. Dad, or the Mr. Boss, like, #1 dad coaster and Freddy Freaker and things like that.
Feeding's natural.
But yeah, I was like, to be fair, I was like, it's part of nature, it's beautiful. Like, who am I to tell him not to feed his son? So, good for him.
Good for him.
Good for him.
Yeah.
No need to go out for milk. It's right there.
It's right there.
And they're like, "Oh, in my heart?" Like, no, in your udder.
In your udder. All 6 of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're just straight up and down.
Yeah,
I remember
crazy.
That was for Ed, and Eddie, like when they were trying to convince, it was like the Christmas special. They're trying to convince Eddie that Christmas, like, comes from the heart. But Double D kept saying that and then like putting his hand on people's like chest.
Okay.
And I think it was like Ed and Eddie, and I think Kevin as well, were all like, "You're touching my udder."
Oh.
And for the longest time as a kid, I was like,
You're touching my
do I have udders? Is that what this is? And then now looking back on it, I'm like, oh, it's because we're kids and they hadn't started school yet. I get it. Like, they hadn't gone back to school yet. Like, they think udders, breasts. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, same difference.
Mm-hmm. Think about it. We've all got breasts.
Mammals.
Yeah, exactly.
Mammal gang. In before 10,000 years from now when reptiles are ruling the earth?
Yeah, and they're like, wow, look at these fucking apes. And then they just
these bigoted apes.
YouTube is taking over and they're just deleting like non-scale content. Like, it's just, that's all it is. Like, you have to embrace the egg incubator lifestyle.
Yes. Where would we be without our egg incubation technology?
I love sunbathing on rocks to regulate my heat temperature.
I am, in fact, exothermic.
Yep, I have no internal heating system. My blood is very cold.
I'm shivering.
Yeah, love beetles, like the whole nine. The whole nine.
Beetles?
Yeah, I couldn't think of anything else that you would feed like a reptile. I mean, I guess you could feed her mice, like, sure.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Beetles was the first thing that came to mind. Yeah.
Crickets.
True crickets. Crickets. There was one time at the aquarium, I remember, they had the meerkat exhibit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they still have meerkats.
Oh, they're still there?
Yeah.
Oh.
Technically, there's different ones now. They got a new batch in recently.
New family.
They just aged out all recently.
Gotcha. I remember they were saying, like, oh, these are the meerkats from, like, the Meerkat Manor. Or some of them were, like, from the show. And I was like, wasn't the show filmed in the wild? Like, what do you mean these are from Meerkat Manor? So I suspected it was they were like, oh yeah, these are ones for the scenes we couldn't get. Like they had meerkats they would do, but
you telling me they staged a show?
They staged the meerkats. They're actually, their names are like Chester and Jeremy, and they like have 401ks now because of their stint they had with Animal Planet.
Insane.
But I remember there was one time we went in because they would always feed them like right before opening. So I would like make sure all the drawers are set up, and I'd go over and watch the aquarists feed them. And I remember one day because normally they feed them like little sticks with the bugs inside, like as an enrichment tool, so like they can practice like opening it and getting them out and things like that, just to keep them, motivated and entertained. But one day they were like, you know what, we're just gonna do a live feeding. Like and what we'll do is we'll just let them chase the crickets and things like that.
Oh, nice.
So what they did was they had this box of crickets, or this container of crickets, and they slid open the little like chute, and they put it in. And I remember watching because they like reached over the top because it was like a two-way door, and they pulled it and then like closed it so the crickets didn't get out. And the crickets come jumping out like in droves, like it's an actual like a plague scene, like they're coming out everywhere. Dude, it was like Attack on Titan. Like it was terrifying to watch because the meerkats descended on these creatures and they were snapping them out of the air, shoving them in their mouth, grabbing more by the handful. And I was watching this and I went from like excited to like, I feel bad for the crickets. Like this is a horrible to watch. They were stomping them and then picking them up and eating them. And I was like, dude, like those poor crickets were like, finally, no more tubes, we're free, and then it's like just getting scooped up. I was like, oh, rest in peace. But it was also really cool to watch because like I'd never seen them eat like that before. I just seen them using the tools. So watching them like sprint around and grab, like literally snatch them out of the air as they were mid jump, I was like,
amazing.
That's really cool. Like nature kind of cooked with this one. So
yeah, that would definitely imitate like a natural feeding swarm.
Yeah, so that was really cool. And then they would go and do like little hovels and things like that. They had the pumpkins for Halloween. So I like the meerkats. They were cool.
Yeah, the meerkats were definitely cool.
But yeah, just that brief moment where I just went from like joy to terror, and then I was back to like, all right, we're cool. I felt empathy for a bug for like one of the few times in my life. Which I normally don't. So
oh sure.
I've tried to be better about it, but like spiders inside.
Oh yeah.
Before but now I'm like, all right, let me bring you outside. It's not your fault. You didn't understand. You creeped me out, but it is what it is. So
yeah, not flies though.
Yeah, no flies. It's on site. Like
flies is on site.
It's funny because we had gotten a new cat. There's been a couple. When I say new cat, we got him in like February. His name's Cashew, and for the longest time, our other three girls, they would chase flies, they would look at flies, they would smack the flies, but they would never actually catch them. So it would just frustrate us to no end because we were just like, guys, eat the bug. Like that, this is what cats are supposed to do, right? You're supposed to catch these things and eat them, but they were just like, they would smack them, let them wander, and then smack them, just watch it. Cashew, he is predator to the core. He chases any fly he sees, he grabs, gone, like just straight down the gullet. And I'm just like, I see how you survived, because apparently he wandered, according to the owners, he wandered from Brooklyn, ended up in Bridgeport Laundry, and I was just like, how did you make it across state lines?
Yeah, how do they know he's from Brooklyn?
Yeah, because he's he's mostly a Dominican. We figured out through his genealogy and also his accent. But
he's like, hey,
hey, I'm Dominican here. But no, he had a chip in, and it was registered to a vet hospital in Brooklyn. And the owners were like, oh my God, he got out when we were doing laundry. That's so crazy. And we were like, yeah, he got out in Brooklyn and ended up in Bridgeport. Like you're telling me that's crazy. What happened? So either he wandered that far, or someone came down here and was like, oops, and left him, and things like that. Very sad. But moral of the story is shades of those massacres when he sees a bug, because the cricket massacre of like 2017, 2014, because he just snatches them, no sympathy, gone, straight down.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering how the microchips actually work, because if there's like timestamps with the location, you could be like,
yeah,
it seems like he's actually going the equivalent speed of 60 miles an hour down 95.
If we look back, he's just like sprinting full on. He's 1 year old, but he's hitting like he's got sparks flying off his his fur and things like
there
that.
he
Like
is,
the
right there.
Flash.
You can see him.
It's that one audio of like bears approaching our position. Bears speeding up. The bear's gone very fast. Bear's supersonic, and then you see the polar bears go flying. It's an old one. Sorry, that's a bit of a pull, but
Yeah, that's a niche one.
but
That's I feel like that's I don't know. That's like a Sharknado type deal.
yeah,
that you're bringing up right
you'd
here.
have to be there to know if a bear is approaching it rapidly. But I think that'd be very funny if we look back on the records and they're like, oh yeah, in one day he traveled, top speed 80 miles an hour down the 95.
Whoa, your cat's fast.
I was gonna say, I was like, that makes a lot of sense now. Maybe you did make it that far on your own. It's that scene from the opening of the Flash with Ezra Miller where he's like saving the babies from the hospital. So he's like stopping off and like raiding vending machines and then keeps speeding off towards Connecticut. Yeah. Oh man, that movie.
Yeah, that's like I mean, we need more good like talking animal movies anyway.
This is true. You hear they're making another Air Bud?
They're making. I mean, how many are there at this point?
I was gonna say, I was like, there's no rules against it making another Air Bud movie. So.
Hey man, we got Air Buds, we got Space Buds,
Yep.
we got Santa Buds.
Yeah, I remember like Santa Buddies and things like. Because my sisters were like super into like the talking dog like movies. So I you know what? To be fair, did Air Bud ever talk?
I think yes. I think in the Air Buddies movies they do.
Okay.
Where like Beethoven, it's in his head.
Yep.
Marley and Me is just a dog.
Yeah, that's just a dog. There's nothing supernatural happening here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this one's like Air Bud, like had some weird like revival or something like that. It was a video game coming out.
Oh yeah.
But it's gonna be like a whole new, I guess, series of him playing basketball. So.
Gross.
You would yeah. I was gonna say you think by this point they'd make a rule about it, but I guess not. Does this mean we haven't
made a rule about dogs playing basketball? It's been 20 years.
ESPN, get on it, man. Make them change the fucking rules.
Crazy.
But I was gonna say, does this also mean there's a non-zero chance that in our lifetime we can see a movie where LeBron has not only faced off against Looney Tunes and Acme, but also Air Bud? Like, is LeBron James just like fighting the multiverse of animated like kids movie stars in basketball?
Yeah, the LeBron verse.
Oh, the LeBron verse. He's in Fortnite.
Yeah, he's in Fortnite.
He was in Space Jam.
Wow.
He could be an Air Bud. Shaquille O'Neal and Air Bud on the same team, I feel like, is a team nobody'd be able to stop.
Wow, that'd be insane.
Yeah, like that. Like that's a team up. Actually, to be fair, Shaquille's got his face on everything, so I wouldn't be surprised if he showed up in the Air Bud movie.
Yeah, my type 5.
Yeah, top 5 picks for the Air Bud movie. Number 1, Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Number 2, steal Shaquille O'Neal because he's very tall, so we had to extend it to the next number.
He counts as 2.
Number 3, Shaquille O'Neal again. This time just because he snuck in. But
he does. Shh.
Yeah, yeah, he does that. Don't tell anyone. Yeah, man, and that I guess that's my thing. Is I was never big into like sports movies as a kid. So like the Mighty Ducks. Sorry.
Oh.
Like I watched it with my cousin who really loved the Mighty Ducks, but I was always just like, it's not for me, man.
Okay.
Air Bud. Like I enjoyed it, but I was just like, I have no drive to watch this again.
Oh sure. Hey, I got a pretty good sports movie actually. If you want a recommendation for something, it's a rugby movie.
Okay.
It's called Invictus.
I feel like I've heard of this before.
Yeah, it was pretty popular.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say the name of the actor because there's a famous guy in it. I don't remember his name. I think there's multiple famous people in it.
In a movie?
In a movie.
Hold on. We're cracking open some nuts here. But this is you're telling me there's famous people in movies. All right, Invictus. Yeah. Okay.
So the setting is South Africa. You're following the South African rugby team during the apartheid.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So rugby is sort of kind of like a background thing to like this whole like civil rights aspect of like the country going through a lot of turmoil, and the fact that like this sport really brought everybody together in a time when it was like just such a terrible time in the country.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, I was gonna say, I was like that. I wasn't sure where you were going with that. As soon as you were like, yeah, it's in South Africa. I'm like, oh, okay. Like it must like a funny like haha. Like these are kids. No, it's the apartheid. I'm like, I see. Okay. All right. Yeah. No. Definitely. I'd be down to check that out because I have been surprisingly barren on movies recently. Like to be fair, it's been crazy at work, so I haven't had really like free time to watch most things. But yeah, definitely that. And I remember like tangentially really like Remember the Titans, hilariously enough, was also like another one. So,
Remember the Titans was a good movie.
very, very good movie. That was one of the few that I enjoyed. But okay, Invictus.
Yeah,
One
Invictus,
word.
one word.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I've been swamped at work too, but I've been watching a few shows with my fiance.
Nice.
We started watching Teen Titans.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know. It's crazy, so good.
It's like Teen Titans, Ben 10.
Oh, Ben 10's a good one.
What else was another good one that was like that action kind of? I mean, I remember Code
Superhero
Lyoko.
type shows.
Code Lyoko.
Totally Spies.
Totally Spies. That when I look back on it, I'm just like, who put this on Cartoon Network? Like,
sure, yeah.
I feel like there was a lot of like.
Fetish content?
Yes, thank you. I was gonna say, I was like, how do I want to phrase this? Because like I remember there were multiple episodes they were like getting tickled, or like the tight latex suits and things like that. I'm just like,
look, man, I didn't see it either until I saw an Instagram post that was like talking about it. And it's like, here's a bunch of like screenshots from the show, and I was like,
You're like, wait a minute, hold on, wait, what are you doing?
It's a little strange.
But isn't it like French originated that show?
Oh, maybe.
It could be. To be fair, I'm
Seems
not
a little
sure.
French.
Yeah, I know Code Lyoko at the very
Sorry,
least
French
was.
people.
I'm not. I'm kidding. I am sorry. I don't want to cast any aspersions. But
Allegedly.
To be fair,
Nice,
allegedly.
nice.
As a callback. Let's go. But yeah, Totally Spies, Ben 10. Teen Titans. I mean, I didn't watch it super frequently, but like the few times that I did watch like an episode or two of like Kim Possible, things like that.
Oh,
like,
Kim Possible is nice.
Those were cartoons that were formative, I think, for a lot of people.
Sure.
And I look back on it, I'm like, damn, this still holds up. Samurai Jack, all ones like that.
Samurai Jack, dude. Even the new season that they released, like the more modern one, was really good.
That was the whole like subplot with Ashi or whatever her name was. It was a little weird, but to be fair, it's evolving for the older audience they knew was going to watch it. So all right, no worries. But no, like that was like a cornerstone, and Gendy Tartakovsky, I think is his name, the guy who animated it. He also did the Star Wars like Clone Wars series.
Oh, no way.
That like the hand drawn one, not like the 3D animated one.
No, yeah.
And that was like another great action one. But I look at it and then I look back like the TV that's on now, and I'm like, maybe it's just me being old at this point, but like I feel like they don't have that on TV anymore.
No,
like, they don't have those like, I think we talked about this last time, but like shows that like handle, or movies that like allow kids to enjoy it, but also are like you're smart enough to understand like themes and things like that, and like heavy topics can still be explored while still being a fun kid show.
Well, that's like right, the new season of Avatar, the live action one.
Yeah.
Right, it's like written, like Netflix has like just started writing all of their shows where they're expecting their audience to like be looking at their phone and not actually watching the TV.
Yeah.
So like all the characters just feel the need to like always just be saying what is happening at the time that it's happening.
Yeah, it's like second screen viewing, I think is what it's called. Like
it's weird.
So they're like planning for people, like, all right, if they're not gonna be paying full attention, they can at least kind of get the gist of it in the back. And I'm just like, I get it. That's kind of where things have gone with like TikTok and Instagram Shorts and YouTube Shorts, things like that. It's the short form content that people can just flip through while they're doing something else. But I miss when it had like that dedicated like, hey, we're you and me right now, like half an hour, let's focus and let's explore a story together.
Yeah.
But like I said, evolving times. Subway Surfers are soon going to start being, I'm sure, in the corner of every video that comes up on Netflix.
Yeah, where's my Family Guy funnies? Come on, man.
I need my Peter Griffin doing the Fortnite dance next to my Subway Surfers while I'm watching a video explaining how you can like turn sand into glass by melting it like 500 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, and also 10 hours of random like metal pipes falling.
Yeah, the metal pipe sound effect. I got to make sure I can't have a thought is the thing. I need as much audio noise as possible, which is something I've been trying to break myself out of. I've noticed I've been doing that recently when if I'm not working, I'm actually at home. Like I've started to try and pull myself back. So what I would do is I would put a movie on, and then I would turn on a Twitch stream of someone that I follow.
Oh man.
And then I would start up a game on top of that. So just as much like thought, or as much as audio and like noise and energy as possible, and I'd pay attention to like maybe a quarter of it. Like just like I'm playing the game, that's my main focus. But I don't hear what's going on the TV, but it's there and it makes me feel good. And then I've got someone else in my ear on the Twitch stream going at the same time doing something completely different. And for some reason I'm just like, this is good, this is nice. And then I finally stopped and I was like, I'm not absorbing any of this. Like I have a focus problem.
Yeah, I mean that's seemingly the norm these days too.
Yeah, and I mean it's like, you know, I don't get me wrong, if that's how someone likes to enjoy their time. Sure. I'm not going to say you're wrong for it. Like I said, I literally have been doing it myself. It was just a brief moment where I was like, you know what? I think if I'm going to watch something or if I'm going to listen to someone, I think it's just fair to both me and, you know, whoever it is that I just pay attention.
Oh, sure.
Because that's really not... Like, if they're putting in the time and effort to make a movie or a show, or, you know, this person's streaming and they're, you know, putting on the energy... you know, playing a game, trying to be entertaining. Like, sure, all Twitch cares about is, you know, the fact that you're tuned in.
Yeah, the length of time that you're listening.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, to them it doesn't matter. But I'm like, you know, to me it feels, and maybe this is just me being like looking into it too much and like overthinking it. But I'm like, you know, if it was me, I'd like to at least have some engagement, because I feel like it's kind of hard when like conversation stalls and you're trying to be entertaining. Or like if you're really proud of something and you put it out and people are like listening to it but they're not really paying attention, I'm just kind of just like, well, why did I do it then? Like, you know, I would want that engagement. So if I want that from other people, I should give it back if I'm going to be engaging with their content. So I've started now, like, if I'm like, all right, if I'm going to play a game, I play a game. And I'll put music on, and that's about it, because, you know, then I'll have something. But if it's like, if I'm watching a movie or it's a show, or you know, like I said, if I'm watching someone stream, like I'll try and be engaging and, you know, put aside anything else I want to do. And then if I don't, like if I want to switch something else, then we put focus on something else.
Sure.
And that was also something too, like my wife had called out on me from, because there's a show we watch, it comes out episodically, and it's in Korean. So
nice.
It adds an extra layer of like, now there's subtitles I have to read in order to pay attention and get the full content.
What is it called?
It's called 2 Days, 1 Night. If you feel like watching something, it's essentially what it is they take 5 to 6 Korean celebrities. There's like a standing cast that, like, you know, sometimes they rotate depending on like if someone has to go to, like, one member just left because he's going to focus on doing acting, and he's got like a stage show and things like that coming up. So he's got stuff to do. You know, he moved on. It was actually a very sad episode because they did like a whole send off and everything. But yeah, it's 5 to 6 Korean celebrities. They'll get together and they go on trips, because the idea is that they spend 2 days and 1 night in different locations to like kind of drum up tourism, but also, like, you know, they play variety games, and that'll decide whatever's happening. So like the last week that they went on, they broke up into teams, and they got some pocket money. You know, they'd play a game where they had to like melt a big ice cube that had a capsule inside, and then each one, there was like 12 of them, had a different dollar amount, and then that's what they would use to buy food. Food was not supplied. So they could only use whatever they pulled from the ice as their budget for the day. So like one team got $12, one team got $2, the other team got $1 or 50 cents, and they said the best motivation is an incentive. So they got like nice words on a card. They were like, "You're gonna do great today." So they had a 50-cent budget. One team had 2, and another team had $12.
Yikes.
So they had to like find a way. Each team had to find a way to make sure they all ate using that money.
Wow.
And then they would play other games too. Like for lunch, there was like a really like decadent like barbecue kit. Like they had a bunch of meat and side dishes and things like that. So the team who won, you know, the most points for this game got that. Second place got a smaller meal, and then third place got like kimchi and lettuce. So it was just like the most basic meal possible. So like that's the theme, is they play games throughout that way. It's like a Survivor-esque almost kind of thing. But so they're all variety like TV show like people, so they all know how to like make it interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we watch that, and of course, you know, when the lunch scene comes up, it's mostly them eating, describing the food, because it's like local delicacies. Like they'll go to a town. I think the last place they went to was like, the town's called like Jaegong or something like that. But it's known for its specific like halibut cheek like soup or something like that. There's a really famous like they catch the halibut locally. You know, they prepare it fresh every day. They don't keep anything frozen. It's made to order every single day. You know, they make the noodles in house, things like that. So like they're talking about the local delicacies. You know, how they make it. They're eating the food live in front of you, things like that. So I'm like, cool, fantastic. I know who's winning. You know, they're eating great. Let me pop on, play some Pokemon and things like that. And Maya's like, we're trying to watch, you know, like, do you want me to just wait, like, or do you want to skip it?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I was like, fair enough. I was like, I don't understand Korean. Surprising everybody. I don't know Korean. You're right. Let me put my phone down, and we'll keep watching. Or if I go up to go to the bathroom or something, she'd be like, you want me to pause it? And I'd be like, nah, it's fine. They're just eating. But then I'm also like, you know, the jokes that they make in the meantime, then she has to explain. We have to rewind it anyway. So I'm like, you know what? She's right. I need to work on focusing and things like that. So like that's the whole a long-winded way of me saying focus is definitely a thing I'm trying to work on, both out of respect but also because I feel like it diminishes the returns of or sorry, not diminish the return, but like it encourages more of this like second screen viewing that like Netflix and other companies are trying to adapt to, where it's like I don't want that. No, I want my shows to be fun. I want them to be shows.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It definitely doesn't help. Well, I guess a couple things. One, it's like especially when you're watching with somebody else, there's like some energy of like actively doing something with somebody and both of you focusing on the thing versus like somebody like only half engaged like with you, and it like you could feel that.
Yeah.
Right, and also companies just writing for profit and not for people. Right, it's just like everything that companies are doing now is like this mass quantity over quality. Like they're just finding
throw out as much as possible. And we'll make money. Like that's
we'll just make money off of it. Like literally just background shows, like shows that actually don't matter.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy. I mean, my recommendation, I don't know, listen to some audiobooks or something.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. I've definitely the company actually we're not monetized. It's fine. Audible has been big part of it for me. I've started switching to that instead of like putting on a bunch of shows on my phone at work when I'm working, because most of it is me staring at a screen, like filling out paperwork or like doing, you know, like checking reports and things like that. So there's nothing for me to like. I have to actively look at the screen, but I still need that. And I've been listening through the Horus Heresy section of Warhammer.
Oh, nice.
Which is, it was one that hilariously enough my coworker put me on because I'd always been interested. Our buddy Ron had talked to me about it before, but I never knew where to start. And as soon as I mentioned I was interested in it, he fucking snapped his head around. He's like, "So you like Warhammer, do you?" And so we started talking about it, and I was just like, "How if I wanted to get like, because I know the Horus Heresy is the biggest part of it. How do I break into that?" He's like, "I got you," because there's like 65 books.
No, for sure. Hey man, I looked into this once because my brother and I were talking about how long and like how much lore like different things have, and it started with One Piece.
Yeah, oh god.
Where it was like, how many hours like does it specifically take for you to like finish One Piece? And it's like if you were to like, I don't know, do like an hour a day, which is, I don't know what, like 2-3 episodes.
Yeah, just about 2 episodes.
Like it takes you over a year.
Yeah, like that's
yeah, it's crazy.
every single day.
Yeah, every single day it would still take you over a year.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, it makes sense because they're at 1150 episodes. So
I know it's crazy.
Most of it, there's a good portion of it in the front. I shouldn't say most of it, but a good portion of the front that feels like filler.
Oh yeah,
but yeah,
but for Warhammer, if you were to like read all of it, we did the calculations, and it would probably take you about like 3 or 4 years to read everything.
I mean, to be fair, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
because even the ones I'm listening to now, I think the shortest one that I've listened to out of like the 16 core ones, like these are the ones that connect the story together.
Yeah,
these have all the major developments that you should you should know before you get to the last part of it. And I think the shortest one that I've listened to so far was like 13 hours. 14 hours. I was just like, yeah, that makes sense. And now I'm on the end of the end and the death, which is like the final battle between, at least for this, between the section of, the force of chaos and mankind. First one was about 16 hours. And the Death Volume 2 is like 18 hours. And then I think the last one comes out at almost 20. So it's
Wow,
like just those 3 alone. If I were to listen to them back to back to back with
over a
no
day.
breaks, like that's almost 2 days worth. No sleep, almost 2 days worth of story, if not a little more.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do that, you're not gonna retain like anything
Yeah.
either. So
But thankfully, it's been all voice acted. The guy who reads it is very good at emoting and things like that, so I can still catch all of it.
oh yeah,
And it still provides that like I can still focus, but also appreciate what's going on.
oh sure. Hey, good voice acting can definitely make or break a book.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
So there's definitely some really good books that I've read that have some great voice acting. And also I've been seeing a lot more, not just technically like audiobooks, but they are like, they are because they are books that were written, but this one called Super Communicators is like this hybrid multimedia content book.
Okay.
So within the book itself, there are sections of the book where he will grab the audio clips from different podcasts or different interviews.
Oh, okay.
And plug them into the audiobook section.
Gotcha.
So rather than just like reading the quote or whatever. So
Okay, so it actually
it's
like
cool.
fully like it makes an enhanced experience.
Yeah,
So
it
it's
was
not
a
just
really nice book.
Gotcha. Super communicators.
Super Communicators.
Out.
It's about top level communicators in their fields and how like they're able to like talk to people so successfully and like being able to just like pursue different things.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it fiction, nonfiction?
Nonfiction.
Gotcha. Okay.
I can send it to you. I've
absolutely.
definitely read a lot of. I mean, most of my reading is like philosophy and. I like reading a lot of the dystopian fiction, so I've been reading like Fahrenheit 451.
Yeah. Oddly applicable.
Yeah, oddly applicable. Brave New World. I'm in the
Yeah.
middle of Island by Aldous Huxley right now, which is
Oh, okay.
really cool.
Gotcha.
That's one of his later ones. And I wanted to read that one, but the most recent audiobook, which I finished, called The Power of Now, by Eckhart Tolle, he was like the spiritual leader. And that one's cool because he is the guy who does the audiobook, so it sounds like you're actually just like listening to him.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
And he mentioned that book and about how like this like person finds himself on this island and like in a society and I don't know, it like, you know, it's sort of the idea that The Power of Now presents is like you like need to be in the moment and like you can do like things like get yourself back into this the present where like so many people struggle with like anxiety or just like general unease like most of the time, whereas like this enlightenment that you can like achieve sort of comes when you are like only focused on like what is happening in the moment and like
Gotcha.
not like focusing on future or past. So
Yeah.
like Island is like a society that is like very, you know, much like our society where like people are like go 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 and like not really ever there. I can't speak a lot more on it, the Island, I should say specifically. But The Power Now was great.
Gotcha.
Just that was like you know, whereas like you can like put yourself into the present immediately by just like when you are listening to sound, just focus on the silence in between the noise, where it's like there are going to be subtle stops and subtle silences, you know, outdoors when you're just like listening to nature or even when you're just like talking to someone, and that like helps like keep you in the moment.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I was like, I think it feels like it kind of branches in perfectly because it's like we said, like most of it's just like we don't need to worry about what's happening. It's like, what's the next thing I want to do or what's the thing I want to think about. So I mean, I feel like that'd be helpful for a lot of people. And again, I want to make it clear just before anyone gets angry. I'm not saying that everyone who can't focus is because they're not trying hard enough.
Oh, sure.
It's very much like, you know, everyone's got their own different things, but I feel like I'm going to check that out because it's something I want to get better at. I want to enjoy, you know, where you are.
Yeah.
Where I am, you know, and that way it makes it a more fulfilling experience at the very least. Because I know that's where a lot of my anxiety comes from. Like whenever I feel those things, it's like I think the best example is like New York City. The city never sleeps, baby. We're walking here.
Hey,
But
I
used to be paralyzed with fear. at the thought of going to New York, because for me, you know, it's a lot of, you gotta go, you can't stop on the sidewalk, you gotta keep moving, there's always people bustling somewhere. So like the idea that like, if I don't have an exact laid out plan and how to get there, what streets to take, if this fails, what, like trying to plan for every contingency obviously is going to fail horribly, because there's no way to plan for everything.
Yeah.
But the problem is I wouldn't be able to, and I would psych myself out.
Oh, sure.
And I would feel really bad too, because like Maya took me to New York a couple times for my birthday. But on the ride up, I remember I just got sick to my stomach because I was like, I don't know. She wouldn't tell me it was a surprise. And obviously, I trust her. But in my irrational thoughts, I'm like, I don't know where we're gonna go. Anything we could be going. What happens if I get separated? What am I gonna do? Because like I'm 12 again, you know.
Oh man.
But it was just it was an irrational anxiety that I had, because I didn't know, like I didn't understand the city. I didn't understand like how it works, things like that. So I just would get scared because I'm like, where do I go? Who do I turn to? New York is also known for like the, you know, like we said, I'm walking here, like, you know, rude, like why are you gonna ask me for help? Figure it out, kind of thing. But then, you know, we've gone a couple times. I recently, you know, last month I've been to the city by myself for the first time, where I took the train by myself.
Amazing.
Made my way to the hotel. You know, found where I'm supposed to go.
Yeah,
and
put on your big boy pants.
Exactly. Like that's all it was. And Maya also has explained to me time and time again. She's like, "Hey, it's just a grid system. Like,
yeah, it's just like Stanford.
Literally, yeah, just like Stanford. Literally,
Yeah.
just find where you want to go. Like, look at them. You could look at the. She didn't say I couldn't look at the map. She's like, just look at your map.
Yeah.
Just don't keep your phone out, because then you become a target, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's true.
But like, you got to get on 37th. You're on 32nd.
The numbers
Walk.
all make sense.
Yeah. Like if you're on if you're on 31st and you get to get 35th, straight. If you got to get 36th, be across the street.
Yeah, go to the
you know,
left.
like that's all it takes. And it sounds like a dumb thing, but like the second that clicked, I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense. And I have, like, now I'm like, all right, yeah, fuck it, let's go. Like, let's go to New York, no problem. And we'll go. Made it to the hotel, walked to the building that I was supposed to go to for the work thing that I had to do. Walked back, stopped at a few places to grab food. Like, it was one of those things where I was just like, what was I worried about?
Yeah.
Because it was just, I was too focused on what's going to happen in the meantime, that when I actually was just like, okay, I know I got to go here. Let's just get there, and focused in that one little moment of like, hey, walk. No problem. Done and done. Super easy. Also didn't help that I was a very sheltered child as a kid, so my mother always told me that, you know, if I get lost, then, you know, I'm going to get abducted and turned into fucking lampshades or some shit.
Yeah, especially as an adult, man.
Yeah, like now, like 200 pounds, like 5'7", ugly,
large.
you know, like
Yeah.
it's no one's kidnapping this. Like it's
Yeah.
not happening. And if they are, I feel like we should sit down and talk about why they thought that was necessary in the first place. So
I think I could reason with
yeah,
them.
I think they could see the error of their ways and realize this isn't what they wanted.
Yeah, put the lotion in the basket.
Yeah. It's like, listen, dude, I gotta put stuff on. I gotta do like night routines at this point, man. The skin is not good. But that's the thing, is like, just when I finally was able to just go, hey, stop,
Yeah.
and just think about what you're doing right now, which is walk. Cleared every piece of anxiety that I had away.
That's amazing.
And I feel like that's most of where it comes from, is that I feel like I need to know everything about what's going to happen, when realistically planning that far ahead is always just gonna twist you up. So I was just like, all right, and not saying don't ever plan for anything. You can have a general idea, which is what I did. Like, I know I have to go to the hotel, put my stuff down, I'll meet up with the other guy I'm working with, and then we'll go to the building. But I didn't need to know about, okay, you have to take this many steps and take a right, or like if you miss this stop, go here instead. Like, we're just figuring it out as we get there.
Yeah.
Super easy. So weight off my shoulders.
Yeah, I love when people have no plans. When I used to work at a hotel, every once in a while you get somebody walk in and try to get a room that day, and it's like, what are you doing?
Brother, what do you think you're doing?
Yeah.
You're not the only one who had this plan today.
Yeah.
The only problem is they called ahead of you.
Yeah, they called.
They booked the room.
Yeah, they actually booked a room.
But and it was funny too, because it was right around the World Cup too.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's why Maya was like, "Are you gonna be okay?" And I'm like, no. But then I was like, you know what? At the worst comes to worst, you know, I joined Cockroach Gym. We start a whole underground band, you know, things like that. We'll figure it out. We'll rob the subway systems. We'll figure it out. But
amazing.
yeah, no, it all went well. You know, perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think focusing on now is a big thing. We've got to, if you're able to, try and do. And that goes hand in hand too with like, you know, I had been seeing my psychiatrist. I don't know what to call them. The point is they were able to get me meds to help me with my ADHD.
I believe that is a psychiatrist.
It might be Trist. If tell us in the comments. I could probably Google it right now, but then that would eliminate the interactive part. So let us know which one it is and call me stupid. Either way. But yeah, either way, you know, that was one thing too, is that I had started taking medicine to help me with my scatterbrain, like, focusing. Like I would start things halfway and just move on to something else, like just breaking super quick. So I feel like that also played into it.
Yeah.
But now that I've been on that for several months now, it's a noticeable difference, but it's nice. It's nice to be able to like sit down and be like, especially at work too, where I was just like, oh, I got this. There's just so much stuff going on. But I just sit down, plan it, like write everything down I have to get done, and then we just start burning it out.
Amazing. Yeah, I'll definitely send you a couple things.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I use Spotify and the Libby app for my audiobooks.
Right, which I remember we talked about last time too. So.
But I'm sure you could find copies on Audible.
Yeah.
And I also have a physical book that I'm going to have to find for you. It's pretty short. It's literally called How to Focus.
Oh, hell yeah.
By some monk. He has like a whole series of how-to books.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like how to see, how to feel, how to smell.
Gotcha.
How to breathe.
I was going to say, I was like, I need that one, because every now and again we just stop and I'm just like, but then I'm like, oh wait, inhale, we're good, okay.
Yes, yeah. Every once in a while the processor just buffers.
The script stops for half a second.
Okay, I'm back. Where am I?
But,
What year is it?
Yeah. Who are you? But yeah, man, fun stuff.
I was just in New York recently too for the Filipino Independence Day parade.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Was it a whole like well, obviously it was a parade, but like was it one of those things where like there was a festival at the end where there was people like stalls and stuff, or was it just a straight parade?
Yeah, there was a whole street of like vendors, most of which were food vendors, and then a few t-shirt places and stuff. I almost wore the t-shirt that I got from there today, but I didn't. Maybe next time.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Because I have been wearing that shirt a lot recently while I'm filming, and I don't want people to think I only own one shirt.
I mean, to be fair, it makes laundry easy. Like, one shirt gets a little dirty, boop, and then you're good.
Yeah, just boop it in.
Why use more shirt when less shirt do trick? You know?
Yeah, shirts are good for 3-4 days.
Yeah, and then you turn them inside out. Is that how that works?
Yeah, I smell good. Yeah. I don't smell me.
No, if I don't smell me, how can you smell me? Like, that's the rule of life, you know.
Yeah, it's just like the acting thing where it's like, if I can't see you, you can't see me.
Exactly. So it's perfect. It's like playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, it's like playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Can't smell you. You can't smell me.
Yes, Yugi. Another callback.
Jokes on you, Yugi. I didn't wear any deodorant today, so I'm summoning my fucking armpits.
My summoned armpit.
Oh, God, having a Chud duelist that uses his body odor as a weapon. That'd be really funny.
I feel like I've heard stories of people literally resigning against their opponents because of how bad they smell.
Oh, gosh. I mean, that's why they put that official rule in place that if you're stinky,
you
have
can
to
wear
lose.
Deodorant.
You will be disqualified.
You will be smell checked.
Yeah. Judge, smell check. That one guy who hates his life, he's like, oh. The newest, like, level 1 judge just hits a sign. Yeah. It's like, all right, arms up. Their nose hairs burn off. It's like, yeah, he's out of here.
His nose starts bleeding.
That scene from SpongeBob where he had the nasty patty and he breathed on Patrick, but because Patrick never knows, he didn't smell it, so his eyebrows burn off. That's the judge. He's like, no, he's fine. Keep going.
Keep going.
But
amazing.
Yeah, no, I remember my one of my coworkers. He was telling me how I think he said it was his cousin, used to run Smash tournaments all the time.
Oh, cool.
And there was one in Norwalk that he used to go to, but it was in a basement.
Like that's not what I thought you were gonna say.
Whatever building they were in. So it was like bottom floor, barely any ventilation.
Yeah.
Like at the bottom of this game shop.
I mean, Norwalk did also have like a gaming cafe for a little bit. I don't think it really survived.
Yeah, I think that's where he was going.
Yeah.
Because he said he doesn't go there anymore because I think he said it's shut down. So I guess that would make sense.
Yeah.
But he went one day for a Smash tournament, and he said he went to that basement, and it was like walking through a fog door in Dark Souls. Like the stench was... He's like, I've never smelled it that bad before. He's like, but He's
can
like, to be
imagine.
fair, it was their most popular tournament, so he's like,
Wow.
it kind of makes sense. But
Yikes.
I was just like, oh. I was like, but I'm also glad like it's not just my hobby; it's every like hobby that requires people to focus.
Yes.
Fighting games, the Warhammer tabletop, which I'm also
Oh, sure.
trying to get into. I just bought like 3,500 points worth of Necrons off of my said coworker who got me
Oh my
into
God.
it. And it was funny because that was like one of his smaller armies, and that's like 750. So I was just,
Whoa.
I was like, thankfully he let me pay it off in installments, so I'm not like I didn't pay it all
wow.
up front.
Amazing.
But I was just like, he's like, yeah, I got like double this for like one of my other faction, the Blood Angels. He's like, those are my favorite, and World Eaters, like same thing.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you just
Hey, man.
casually drop that you spent almost 3K on plastic figures?
That's okay. I bought a Gaia's Cradle. And that is a single thing.
That is also true. That is also true.
Yeah.
A guy's cradle that you play.
That I do play with.
That you
yeah.
put on the table.
I put it
and
on
you're
the
like,
table.
yeah, we're good.
It's double sleeve. I'm planning on triple sleeving it, to be honest.
Which is the
because,
correct thing to
Yeah, why wouldn't I?
Casually dropping a guy's
Hey man, I
cradle.
wanted to play crop rotation, and the only card that made sense for me to play crop rotation with was if I had a Gaia's Cradle in it.
Of course. I want to play this 10-cent card. Let me just mortgage my house real quick so I can play this other card to go with it.
Right.
But to be fair, listen, it's not like you do that for everything. So,
Yeah.
it's like, it's not like,
Yeah, I'm usually good at saving. It was the end of the year. I needed a little
something.
present for myself.
but Paul, if you're watching,
Yeah, we know.
you're crazy, man.
Yeah.
You're crazy. He's got collections worth like 2 houses at
It's
the very
crazy.
least.
Yeah.
Like
He could sell a lot and just probably do that for a living.
Yeah, it was funny because at work I'm like, you know what? Let me just double check and see how my cards are doing because I have some cards. I'm like, this must be worth something. And it was funny. Most recently, I had looked up. I had like 2 one-piece cards that I had pulled from a box. I was like, let me just get a little something. And at the time when I pulled them, it was like $50 and like $20 at the time. So I was like, okay,
Sure.
whatever. Put them in a binder. I was like, I'll sell them later on if I need them. I was like, but let me see how they're doing. And I look them up, and I was just like, so that $20 card's now like 400. So that's sick.
Whoa.
And then the other one's like 250. So I'm like,
Nice.
okay. I'm like, all right. But I was like, you know what? Let me see real quick. And I did a little bit of searching because I had gotten Paul. I don't know if you remember when we were playing Dragon Ball, the Tournament
sure.
of Power set,
Okay.
where they had like the signed, like foil, like Goku and
Yes.
Frieza and stuff like that. So years back, when they were still like $80-$90, he had a couple of them. And I said, you know what? For Christmas one year, let me just buy the whole thing.
Okay.
Like, we'll buy the ones he's missing. And I think total I spent maybe $300.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, Merry Christmas. Fast forward to now. He's graded them. They're all
Yeah,
PSA
that makes
10s
sense.
except for the Beerus, which was a 9. To be fair, that one was visibly warped, so it is what it is. But, he has them all graded, all PSA 10. And I was like, let me see how much. Because I remember the Goku was like $90, $100. That was probably the most expensive. And I looked it up, and I think like a PSA 10 nowadays is like $2K.
Wow.
And that's one of like the 12 that he's got.
That's crazy.
So I'm like, just that collection, because I looked at the other ones too, like just that collection alone was like topping out around like 14, 15K. And I'm like, I haven't even started on his Ultimate Collection yet.
oh my God.
Like I'm just like,
Paul, buy a car, guy.
yeah,
You
like,
shouldn't be having car issues.
yeah, buy a new card, to give them one, and you'll have a new
Yeah,
card.
give them, just trade one of your cards for a car, Paul.
Yeah, or like when he had wow, let me try that again. When he when he had all of the Zendikar like Shocklands.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he was trying to collect all those, and I'm like, dude, those are like $500-$600 in some cases. He's like, I know. And then he'll be like, yeah, I got a deal. And he'll have like 4 of them, and I'm like, what is your deal? Did you hold him at knife point? Like, what is this? And he's like, nah, I just know him. He's cool.
Interesting. Well, he definitely gets a lot of deals with car shops because
Yeah.
he does do a lot of business with them. So,
The other part of it, too, is just he does this thing, and it's like, I've only seen him actually do it in person like 2 or 3 times.
okay.
But it's the strangest concept where he like goes into card shops and like talks to people.
Oh.
Like, he'll meet them and like talk about their shared interests, and then he'll become friends with them.
Oh, yes. Yeah, he does that.
And then they like are cool and they'll trade.
Oh, sure.
And I'm like, I don't you're talking to people. What is this foreign concept? But obviously all a joke. But he that's the thing is he networks, he talks to people, he's like the card shop mayor, like he'll go there and I don't think there's a single card shop that doesn't know him. Or he'll know someone who works there, like, oh, hey, what's going on? Yeah, it's Paul.
Yeah.
He also does like auctions on, like, I know he does like the
Whatnot.
Yeah, like there's Whatnot. I think he does ones on Twitch with like the professor when he does those, or like he'll see ones that are just doing them, like, hey, auctioning off this card, start putting in bids in the thing.
Yeah, I've seen Facebook. He mentioned Facebook Marketplace. He'll buy lots.
Yeah, so it's like I get it. Like he hunts for them. That's how he finds.
Yeah, he hunts.
It just feels like every time I see him, he'll pull out like a new like $7,000 card and be like, yeah, I got this the guy actually paid me to take this, and I'm just like,
he paid me to take
sure,
this.
man, yeah. Or like he'll show up with like the PSA 10, like he's got a Charizard collection, and they're like a PSA 10 like perfectly graded,
wow,
Mega Charizard X from like
insane.
10 cents ago, and I'm just like, how did you get this? He's like, I traded a couple cards. And I'm like, what does that mean, man?
Yeah.
But that's the power of networking, no matter if it's card games, or if it's what do you call it, or if it's business.
Sure.
It's all about who you know.
Yeah.
And then you'll get in wherever you need to based on that.
Yeah, Paul's just too good at it.
Yeah. I mean, hey, can't fault him. If I like talking to strangers, then I would. But last time I did that, I ended up in a van. There wasn't even any candy like they promised. So really sad. I was looking forward to that candy, but it was just Freddy Freaker. He was in the van.
It was Freddy Freaker.
He just told me what's going on from New York to LA for 4 hours. It was agonizing.
Yeah, I could imagine. In New York today.
Yeah. He's just standing over me talking about like 9/11. And I'm just like, oh God, Freddy, like, please.
Like my unreasonable fear of New York comes from 9/11.
Yeah. It's about me being told about 9/11 by Freddy Freaker in a van
God.
that said free candy on the side. That actually does remind me. And I promise you, you're gonna go, how is this possible? So part of what I do for work is that I'll look at, like, people will submit like tickets or emails being like, hey, this thing happened, and then we triage it from there and get it to the right team. And in this one case, someone had reached out and they were like, hey, I lost my company phone. Can you, like, I just want to give you a heads up, and and then from there we like send it to tech and have them do whatever they're going to do. We don't actually do anything with it. But then the next day, we asked a couple questions, and tech came back to us and they were like, hey, just want to give you a heads up. The person who found this was able to reach out and let us know, hey, I have this. Do you want to come collect it? And immediately we're like, no, because they lost it in New York. That was the thing. They lost their phone in New York. So this person found it. And apparently whenever a phone is put in lost mode, it's like, if you find this device, reach out to this number.
Yeah.
And it turns out the number was to the employees' like personal Zoom lines, that way they could like message them, kind of like texting.
Oh, interesting.
And they were like, yeah, I'm on this street, when do you want to meet up and come grab it? And she was like, oh yeah, like, let me see, I'll figure something out. And then then he started getting weird because he started talking about asking for a donation since he found it. And then that's when she was like, oh, okay, well now this is weird.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, things like that. So we were like, oh no, like, first off, this person's contacting you. Second off, they're asking about money. So immediately, not good. But we were in the process of responding, and because they were like, how did you want to proceed with this? Because he's still messaging and things like that. Before we got a chance to respond, because we were like trying to come up with a game plan and what to tell them to, hey, don't respond to strangers asking for money.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just extortion.
The like corporate security officer, like for the company, jumped on the thread because it was via email, and he said, please do not leave the office and meet up with this person because they may have bad intentions. Please don't. Like 3 times he said, please don't meet up with this person. So they were like, okay, got it. Yeah, no problem. He stopped messaging since we said, hey, we're all right. We're not going to go there.
Yeah.
But then they were like, so we're going to figure out how to get retrieval set up for this device. We're like, all right, cool. No worries. All right. Got it. Like a couple minutes later, she messages back over the top, and she's like, "Hey, just as a heads up, he's at the lobby."
Whoa.
And we were like, "What?" And she was like, "Yeah, I told him we wouldn't go pick it up, so we arranged for him to come drop it off at the lobby."
Okay.
And we were like, "So not only does he have your business device, you now gave him the address to the office and had him walk in the front door to drop off a device, this person we don't know who was just asking you for money to give you the phone back."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Yeah." We were like, "Oh my God." Now, thankfully, he left it with the landlord, like, lobby security. He never actually got to our building. But then when we talked it back with them, they were like, "Yeah, you know, he was really weird, but he messaged me and said, 'Hey, you can come downstairs to come grab your phone. I'm outside.'" And he literally showed up in a white van.
Whoa.
He showed up in a white windowless van
Wow.
to get to drop the phone off. And we were just like, she was like, "Should I go down?" And her other people were like,
no, dude.
Like, you're gonna go out there and get snatched. You're gonna be on the first 48. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, you send like a team, like 2 or 3 of the security guys.
Yeah,
down.
like, what do you mean? And then sure enough, we were like, "No, actually go down. He's got free candy and a puppy in there." Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's insane.
There's Wi-Fi.
Yeah, there was no bad outcome, thankfully. Like, the phone was dropped off, they left. No longer any stress. But we had my manager kind of got on a Zoom call with both of them and was like, the tech guy, first off, why did you do this? Like, why did you okay this?
Sure.
Second, to the other person, why would you give them the address to the business? You know,
that's crazy.
Like, why would you do that? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
they
you
were
could
just like,
stalk her now if you wanted to.
yeah, or like now he
potentially.
knows because the company name is on the side of the building.
Yeah.
So like, you know, he may not know which one it is, but now he knows there's at least several options he could look up and like, oh, you know, this is X business, this is Y business, this is what they do. Maybe I should come back here and cause a problem because I found their phone, kind of thing.
Yeah, they wouldn't give me any money.
Yeah, so like, you know, like he could come back and cause a problem in the lobby, or like you said, like employees walking out, just start jacking them. You know, who knows? But hasn't happened yet. But at the same time, we were just like, oh, this is bad. And then the best part was she was like, well, it's not in the machine anywhere, so I didn't know. It's like, why do we need to tell you not to meet up with strangers? What do you mean?
Yeah, what?
Like, what is your problem? So,
yeah, maybe a safety training course for her.
like, yeah, maybe someone needs to sit down and retrain her on, like, stranger danger. Like, play her a video from, like, 1940, because that's how long we've had this talk. Like, don't meet up with weird people you don't know.
Yes, I do love those old like workplace safety videos
Yeah.
where it's like clearly prosthetics being crushed. And,
Yeah. Think about this, yeah, where the dude gets sewn into a carpet. Like, because he wasn't paying attention. I was trying to, I remember.
They taught like suplex a mannequin
Yeah.
into a van.
I remember there was one where like, it was like, you know, don't come to work tired because this could happen to you. And then it was like a dude who was like supposed to be really tired, like hammering something. But he was just so tired, he just like falls asleep and his ball peen hammer falls out of his hand. And it somehow fell perfectly straight down onto his like unsuspecting coworker who just got like pierced through the head. And he was like, ah! Like blood was spurting everywhere. And I'm like, okay, sure, but like, did this happen enough where they were like, we have to make a video about this to teach you not to drop ball peen hammers on your coworkers?
It's crazy. Tall ladders.
Yeah.
It's getting tipped over.
The crane operators, you know, cracked out on caffeine pills, just whipping the building around.
Just straight up falling into the machine.
Yeah. But then again, I know it happens, but I'm like, just the fact that we have to have these talks, I'm like, come on now.
Yeah, there's enough people out there who don't realize that it's like, you know, you're going to get pulled in faster than your reactions can even like do
Heaven forbid there's
about
multiple
it.
people.
Yeah.
Or at the worst, because the way the badges are set up is that it's your name and literally your picture on the badge. So it's like, if she were to go out, name, they know what she looks like,
oh,
you
yeah,
know,
dox yourself.
instantly. Like, you know, we'll just keep an eye out for her because now we know she works here.
Yeah.
And, you know, we can grab her whenever. So, you know, I'm just like, be safe, people. Unless, of course, it says free Xbox. Those ones are real. Anyone else, free candy, free puppies, not real. Free Xbox, that's real. You can trust those vans.
You don't have a free Xbox fan, do you?
No.
Oh. Damn, I was
real
hoping
quick,
for a free
I gotta
Xbox.
make some calls. But no, in seriousness, just be safe out there. Because I was just like, it was one of those things too where it's like, when I worked for Lego, one thing they had told us was the main headline was always assume positive intent. Never go into a conversation with a customer assuming they're trying to scam you.
Sure.
Assume the worst. Assume they did actually lose the piece. Sure. And I think that's a fine motto to have. I've tried to have that whenever I talk to anyone that's pissing me off because I'm like, surely you can't, you're not doing this on purpose. You're just stupid, I think. So I'll just let it slide and we'll keep moving. But sometimes they do to piss me off. But I'm like, I have to assume. If someone messaged me and said, hey, I found your phone, and if you donate some money to me, I'll give it back. Immediate malicious intent. Like that is not like a good person goes, hey, I found your phone. Can I drop it off to you? You know, you don't push it. Or is there somewhere you'd like me to leave it? Like, is there a place?
Yeah. Can I mail it to you?
Still, they could have negative intent. Sure. But it's not overt like that.
Yeah.
And the lack of alarm bells makes me concerned, like, how are you making like triple my yearly salary if you don't even know to not meet with people like this?
I've already downloaded the spyware onto your phone.
Yeah, like, let me trust this file that I just found from obvious hacker 417 at Gmail. Like, surely they must mean a nice thing, but I was just like, God.
Now I get these friendly pop-ups all the time, and my cursor on my laptop moves on its own.
Bonsai Buddy told me as long as they give me my social security number, everything I want in life will be free. So, and I haven't gotten that yet, just a lot of bills, but, I'm sure it's coming. Bonsai Buddy's to be trusted.
Bonsai Buddy.
I'll never forget watching that Vine Sauce video where, like, Vinny likes to break, like, old virtual machine or old computers. So, like, downloads every plugin, and there was one where he downloaded Bonsai Buddy. It was like a little purple, like, helper ape that was popular in, like, the early 2000s.
Okay.
And it was just, like, the funniest, like, text-to-speech, like, little gorilla. But it was like malware, I'm pretty sure. Like they were like, it was like saving your data and stuff before Google did it for free.
There you go.
Before every tech company nowadays does it anyway. This was back in the day where it was unheard of because people had integrity.
Now it's just part of the terms and service that you agree to.
Just sell all your data, your biometrics, things like that.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that too. The watches and stuff, selling your biometrics.
Yeah, there was one recently. I believe it was like Flock Flack Security.
Well, and maybe it's Flag. I've heard of the AI Flock cameras. I think right, the speeding cameras where they're like the AI license plates and stuff. It's so bad, man.
I remember because it was recent that came out where I think it was Flack Security, and I'm again allegedly because I'm not 100%, but I remember because we were talking about it at work. They had discovered that these facial recognition cameras and things like that, they were set up in communities to like help identify suspicious people or things like that if needed, if anything happened. But the operators that were using it were like stalking people.
Wow.
Like they were like, oh, she's hot, and they were stalking her with the cameras.
Oh my god.
The data itself was unsecure, and I'm pretty sure they were like selling it.
Dang.
They were like, hey, yeah, we'll send this to the police, but also like, do you want to know anything about this person? Cut us a check, we got you. And then I think the most egregious one is that like really turned my stomach, because in addition to stalking these people, in addition to like grabbing their face and like, tying it to a profile, having their name and where they live and things like that, is like there were ones that were set up around playgrounds.
Oh no.
And there was like documentation of them like changing the angle to watch the playground when they should have been pointed towards another area.
Crazy.
And again, I will find the actual article that we were reading and I'll send it over once I actually find it. But it was a whole big thing because they were like, this was like a trusted thing by like local police and things like that. And then having these operators from the outside, like operating it this way.
Crazy.
It was like, oh, this ain't great.
No, that's not great.
Especially working in like, now that I'm in the security like field, like stuff like this, I'm just like, you know what, that's fair, like I see how this could be a problem. And then it makes me think too, I'm like, am I using my tools correctly? Could anyone be upset if I were using it like how I am? Like, is this going to set a bad precedent? I don't know. But it's also, I guess that's what part of why I enjoy my job, because it's like having that integrity to be like, we could be these horrible people, but
Oh, sure.
I actually take pride in what I do, and I want to make sure that I'm actually doing the best that I can.
Yeah, that is the
motivates me. To be like, I have to give some people hope that not everyone in security is bad.
Yeah.
Like myself, Ron is also someone. He's just showing the world that not every security guard is bad. We promise.
Yeah, some security guards just like to play cards.
Yeah, exactly. And we just like to talk about argue about anime and how many Viltrumites could take down one Saiyan kind of thing.
Yeah, popular argument.
Yeah, which
sure.
It was so funny because I was the one being yelled at this time because everyone at work was like, yeah, no, one Saiyan clears 20 Viltrumites. And me, who hilariously, I watched Invincible Season 1, loved it, thought it was great.
Yeah.
Season 2 came out, I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch at some point, put it on the back burner. Season 3 came out, and I'm like, all right, I gotta catch up. It's Season 3. Let me finally get through this. So I rewatched Season 1 to catch myself back up, to go watch Season 2. Never watched Season 2. Then Season 4 came out, and everyone at work was like, dude, you're all caught up. You like Invincible, right? I was like, yeah. They're like, oh, what'd you think of the most recent episodes? I don't know. I was like, I've only watched Season 1. They were like, didn't you rewatch it to watch Season 2? And I was like, yeah. They're like, but you never watched it? I was like,
Nope.
no. And they were like, okay.
Was I supposed to?
And I was like, well, yeah, I watched Season 1 to watch Season 2, then I had to rewatch it to watch Season 2 so I could watch 3 and 4. But at this point, I think I should just rewatch Season 1 so I could watch Season 2 again. but no,
rewatch Season 1 a third time?
Yeah, just to watch
dude.
Season 2 for the first time.
No way.
But no, I did. I'm ready to watch Season 3. I've watched Season 1 twice, Season 2 once. Now we're on Season 3.
That's good.
So I think I'm going to rewatch Season 1 to rewatch Season 2 to then watch.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Anyway, sidetracked. So I've only watched Season 1 twice by this point. And they're like, Felipe, tell me if I'm wrong. 30 Viltrumites maybe takes down a Saiyan. I was like, no. And they were like, what? I was like, you're insane. These guys are Supermen. That's the whole point, is that they're Supermen.
Yeah, they're all just Superman.
That's why he was able to smash everyone so easily. And they were like, dude, Viltrumites suck. And I was like, nuh-uh. So far, all I've seen, every part of Season 1 is just Omni-Man whipping everyone's ass. You're telling me Goku's gonna beat that? I don't think so. And they're like, yeah, but this season and this season. I'm like, that's where your argument falls apart, idiot. I've only watched Season 1.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. And like a baby, I have no object permanence. So if I don't see it, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, so based on what I've seen.
It's based on what I've seen, Goku was getting torn in half in that first 5 minutes.
That's hilarious. It's
and they were like, no.
I don't know how weak they are yet.
They were like, they need this, in order to break a planet, they need cannons and this whatever, and things the Goku can do it if he wanted to. Frieza does it all the time.
Yeah, Spirit Bomb.
And I'm like, yeah, but I haven't seen it. So as far as I'm aware, you're just lying to me. And they were just getting so mad. They were like, you're actually insane because you need to watch the other seasons. Like, nope, not happening. Nope, you'll never change my mind.
Yeah. Source, I made it up.
Yeah, source, you made that up, and I don't believe you. Yeah. Then I watched Season 2, and the next day I went into work, and I was like, so I may have overestimated the Viltrumites. Because all I've seen is them losing to each other.
Oh,
the only people they've beaten are each other. Anyone else they've fought, they've lost against.
Oh,
that's I haven't seen them get an actual win off that isn't Mark. And even then, Mark was getting his ass beat most of the time anyway.
Mark did terrible in Season 1.
Yeah, did terrible in Season 1. Did a little better in Season 2. Excited to see where Season 3 and 4 end up.
Yeah.
But I remember I was just like, I was like,
oh, sure.
I may have overestimated a few things.
Yeah. I've only seen the first season as well. I do plan on going back and rewatching it with my fiance at some point.
Watch it 2 times.
Watch it twice.
Just to be safe.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know what? You rewatch this twice. Everyone out there rewatch this twice. That way you're ready for the next episode. Watch the other ones 2 times so you're ready for this episode.
Yeah, watch it and then watch it again so the algorithm shows everyone.
And then we can finally be monetized.
And then our pizza dreams can come
I was gonna say,
true.
then we finally will stand amongst the domino greats.
We're standing on the shoulders of giants here.
And they're all made of dough.
And they're all made of dough. They're the Pillsbury Doughboy.
But I'm sorry, you were saying you were planning on going back to watch it with
Yeah.
Pia.
Yeah, so we're going to do probably that. Maybe The Boys. Not too sure if we're going to do The Boys. We've been watching a lot of... recently she's wanted to do some like rom-com type stuff.
Gotcha.
Trying to remember what we watched. It was pretty good. I'm not going to remember it in time for it to like flow
To make sense,
properly.
yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yeah,
But I've been finding out the ones that are my favorites are like the modern adaptations of like Shakespeare stories.
Like which ones?
I think 10 Things I Hate About You is that. I think that's the one with Heath Ledger. That is a Shakespeare story.
Gotcha.
And there was one other one that we watched, which I believe is like a modern rendition of Taming of the Shrew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You know what you should watch if you want modern adaptations of Shakespeare works?
Oh.
You should watch Romeo plus Juliet. By far one of the most like chaotic, I don't even know how to describe, like there's so much frenetic energy in that movie.
Okay.
It's got Leonardo DiCaprio.
Is that the one with the guns?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I was gonna
have
say,
seen that.
it's got John Leguizamo in it. Like, it is just, I feel like watching that is kind of like a fever dream.
It is. It doesn't feel like a real movie
Jamie
at all.
Kennedy's in it. Like, I'm just like, when's the last time you heard that name?
Yeah. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's a crazy movie.
But it's, I'll never forget because I like, in 6th grade English, we were in like doing our Shakespeare segment, and our teacher at the time, Miss Fanning, she was like, you know, oh, I want to watch a movie. Like, we'll do a movie time next time on Romeo and Juliet. You know, I'm sure it's, you know, it's one that many people haven't seen and things like that. But, you know, I think it should be a fun time for me because it's like a modern retelling. And at the time, I was like, is that the one with John Leguizamo, like Romeo plus Juliet? She was like, oh my God, yes! And then, like, that was the moment where, like, I established my first, like, friendship with a teacher. Like, we breached the circle of, like, you know, student, like, not in a weird way, but just like being like, yeah, we can actually talk, and you know, I don't feel weird, like being that weird in class. Like, you remember this movie with the guns? And I remember like all throughout like the rest of my time in at Brian McMahon, we'd always like, oh my God, what's going on, and catch up and stuff like that. It doesn't matter if I was a junior or whatever. We'd always set aside time to talk. So hope you're doing well, Miss Fanning, if you're watching for some reason. Or I think your name has changed though because you got married, and I remember I was mad about it. But
hilarious! I wanted to marry you.
Yeah, it should have been me.
Should have been me.
But it's because it changed like another name that was much harder to pronounce. And I was like, I just like Miss Fanning because I'm a dumb baby. But no, she was very sweet. A lot of my English teachers are very sweet.
Yeah, English teachers are usually pretty cool.
So I was like, all right, you know, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But
Also, you know, you don't got to be like, oh, no weird stuff or whatever. I dated my high school teacher. Clip it.
that is also true. I was like, you know what? There's a short right here. The story of Will dating his high school teacher.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and it wasn't weird. It was after high school.
Yeah, so therefore, you were actually just two adults at that point.
We were just two adults.
It's like, but the problem is then we got to cut all around that. So it's just like, I dated my teacher in high school, and it was weird. Like, just like cut out all the little bits in between and stitch it together, and just ruin the channel like right now.
That'd be so funny. Canceled.
Yours is a new lens, and I create a counter channel called the old lens.
The old lens.
And it's me just clipping everything out of context and making it compromising.
That's so funny.
Artificial outrage, yo. Let's do it.
I would love that.
Let's do it.
That's actually such a good idea. If the pizza thing doesn't work out, we're doing this.
Yeah, we do. We intentionally rage bait with bad clips and start an artificial beef.
No, it's good, man. Low key, I'm curious to see by the end of the day. I've got some comments from some of my shorts recently that were. I posted like a Would You Rather. I don't know if you saw that one.
I feel like I saw it.
That's okay. If you didn't watch it, it's fine. I was just wondering if it came up in your feed.
Yeah, it did for sure. Because I am subscribed, and I have like the YouTube redesign. I'm not really a big fan of because like on mobile, they'll put like shorts. And then they'll put videos. They'll mention we have new shorts, but they won't show up until halfway down, like when I'm scrolling through the other videos. And there's a short section, like in the middle of my subscription line. So then,
yeah, every once in a while, it'll be like a box of like 4 shorts.
Yeah,
like,
and I can flip through that way. But
I hate when it opens on shorts. That's the worst. I just wanted to see the normal videos.
Yeah, I just want to see what's out there, man. But I'm sorry, your would you rather?
Yeah, there was this would you rather that was clipped where it was like, would you rather go to like amusement parks or like hiking trails or whatever? And I basically was like, yeah, hiking trails. I was like, I've been like less amused at amusement parks or whatever.
That
so
okay. I
yeah.
remember. You guys remember seeing that as the text on the screen.
Yeah, but I got some comments that were like, that's because amusement parks are for kids. It's like, that's because you're 40 years old.
All right.
Like,
Well, first off, not even accurate.
yeah,
Like,
it's like, that's just wrong.
but I mean, the thing is like, yes, amusement parks are meant like they were designed with children in mind.
Yeah.
But I feel like they know children are not going to show up unless their parents are like.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, some parents will be like, yeah, whatever, just get the kids out of the house. But like, I feel like parents
sure.
want to enjoy themselves too.
Definitely.
Like I remember Playland. That was a big thing.
Oh, yeah,
where it's like,
Playland was cool.
I had a great time there because I was a kid. You know, I loved the Big Dragon, all things like that. But then I went back with Maya a couple years back, I think it was. It was with my family. Mine, I went to Six Flags. But I still managed to have a good time because the stuff I couldn't play as a kid, I could play as an adult and have fun with. So I was like, all right, this is awesome. I feel like if you pigeonhole yourself into like, a kids only experience, it's gonna lose traction over time because parents will be like, I don't want to come here all the time. Like I want to be able to do something where I'm not just sitting, for 12 hours when my kid's doing whatever. 12 hours is ridiculous, by the way. If you're spending half a day at an amusement park, get some help. But like, however long, because that was the problem at the aquarium too, was that like, au pairs would come in. It's great for the babies and like little kids and stuff like that. But the amount of times parents have just been like, yeah, can we get a refund? Like my kid was here and they were here for maybe an hour, but like we just, like I just need to go home. Like I can't do this. And I'm just like, I mean, I guess like, and that would be one where it's like, even that's towing the line because the aquarium is designed for both in mind.
Yeah.
But like, if you do that on a grander scale and you have to spend more money to get tickets and things like that to get into certain rides, I feel like that's just a bad idea all around. Like never pigeonhole yourself into one thing, because then once the demand for that runs out, you're done for. You got to have a little bit of both.
Yeah. Kids
At least
can't
in
even
my
ride half of them. They're not tall enough. They're
Yeah.
short.
Yeah, if I make my ride this tall and you're a fucking stupid kid, you ain't getting in that.
Yeah, dumb kids.
Dummy. But
Dummy.
yeah, that's my opinion, I should say. I'm not gonna say that's the correct answer.
No, it's
but,
fact.
Like, okay, well, you know what? He runs the channel, guys. So I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It is now a fact. If you don't think you should, if you think you shouldn't diversify your amusement park, wrong. And then put like a big like red like poof, like impact like.
Oh, that'd be nice. Bam.
But
Wrong. Stamp.
I feel like that's just how like, I don't know.
Yeah, no carousels.
Yeah,
Lame.
Only the little like baby buggy like rides that like are like a small track with one bump on it. Like,
Oh, I
only
love
that.
that,
The
yeah.
trains,
Ferris
nothing.
wheel.
One of
That's
those like thunder like the thunder things where you could like shake the aluminum and
I love that.
like at stepping stones.
Boing, 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 boing.
Yeah, but
Stepping Stones is a good one.
stepping stones is good, and that's one where like. Again, I think it's designed for kids.
Yeah.
But like I went there with my sisters a while back when they were much younger, but I still had a good time with it. I was like no, I want to say like 19, 20 at the time.
Yeah, if you read the signage, you actually learn a lot.
Yeah, like they have fun with the toys, but they also put up the information so that way the adults at least can read something.
Yeah, it's like, wow, physics
Yeah.
and chemistry
Or like I remember
and
the
racing Legos.
Yeah, exactly. Excuse me. Legos is incorrect. Okay, it is Lego products. Legos multiple is incorrect.
Oh my goodness.
Fact. But that was one thing they hammered in. That was one thing they hammered into us at Lego.
They're not Legos.
Yeah, no, legit. Like, do not. They literally said, do not ever refer to them as Legos.
Wow.
Because that degrades the copyright. It has to be
Oh.
Lego, all capital, and if it's multiple, Lego products.
Whoa.
That's why when Spider-Man, I want to say like the first one, I forgot what the first one was called with Tom Holland, and his friend was building the Death Star. I think it was Homecoming.
Okay.
His friend said, "Dude, I got a cool new set. You want to build some Legos with me?" And everyone, I remember there was an influx of people emailing in being like, how could you let Disney say that? You know, like it's not. We all know it's not Legos. It's Lego products. Like that's like all the really devoted Lego fans.
Oh shoot!
Were like that. Like, this is a problem. Like it was igniting
this is a problem.
yeah, they're called AFOLs, a fan of Lego. They had a whole name and everything. But AFOL, yeah.
Oh my goodness!
But like it was a whole thing, and we were like, dude, like it's plastic bricks. Like,
yeah, it's just plastic brick.
But then it was a statement that was like put out internally. They were like, remember in your communication, you have to say it this way. And when you're writing it, we had to do like the alt like 0154 to put the copyright after it every single time.
I didn't even know that's how you got copyright to pop up.
Yeah, it's like alt 0154 for copyright and like alt like 10172 or something like that for trademark.
Whoa.
Because we'd have to put that in for the emails, because if you tried to copy paste it, it would like shrink it. But like we had to do that for every email. Even when we were on chat, we had to put that in at the time. It's gotten much more relaxed now, but it was like a whole thing.
Yeah, that's Disney's fault.
But I'm sorry, I had to. My training jumped out at me. But yeah, like it like seized me like a demon.
Yeah, plastic PTSD.
Yeah. That's what it stands for. The P is plastic.
Yeah, the
plastic
P
stress
stands for
traumatic disorder. But we were talking about the science center or
Stepping Stones.
Stepping Stones. Thank you. But yeah, no, like there was that, or like the water table.
The water
really
room
good
is super cool, dude.
Like,
the boats were awesome.
Teaching you about canals and channels and like how to like chain the where you put the slats down to like increase the waters and then take it out so your boat can flow down.
Yeah,
like,
man, I love
that was
racing
really
those
cool.
boats too.
And that's
I was into racing.
Yeah. I remember one time we went and then we like just stopped it, so it was just building all up, and then it started like pouring over the edges. And they were like, "Hey, like don't forget the thing." So I had to run down and it was like a whole tidal wave of water that came swishing down. But like that's a good example. Like, you know, the kids obviously have fun with the smaller part of it. You can teach them a little bit, and you also, like you said, you learn something.
Yeah.
You don't. If it was just focusing exclusively on kids playing with water, then you know you wouldn't have any of that stuff, and it just parents would be like, "All right, cool. Now they're wet and tired, so I have to carry them inside and dry them off."
Yeah, they had a bubble thing where you can like put yourself inside of a bubble.
Oh, like a wand.
That was like an outdoor
one,
yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, they did a little bit with outdoor spaces, I remember. Probably when I was a little bit of an older child. I feel like there was like a PBS room. They had like cyber chays on, like some other weird stuff at some point.
I remember they had an exhibit for trains where it was like showing you how like train operators like run it. So they had like the handle to like increase speed. And they had like different notches.
Oh yeah.
You know, brake, air brake, things like that. And it would move little model trains next to you. And I was like, oh, that's really sick. That's really the pneumatic tubes as well for sending messages.
The
like,
pneumatic
the
tubes are
museum.
super cool. They had little markers. You could write a message.
Yep, I remember we got it stuck one time because.
Oh, awesome!
Outing myself here, Stepping Stones. You know where to find me if you want
Sue
revenge
me.
for this. But I remember I put in a message.
Shove me in a pneumatic tube.
Yeah, for your crimes, pneumatic tube. I'm like, ah! I get sucked in like in a Polar Express. But I remember I put a message in a tube, put it in, and my friend at the time who was at the other end, I was back in like elementary school. It was like for Achieve, like the aftercare program.
Yeah.
My friend in there said, I was like, no, I don't want a message. It's I'm sending you a message. And I closed it and we both pressed and held the send, like hit the send button, he hit the send button at the same time. So it like got pushed up from mine.
Yeah.
But then the force of his was pushing it back.
Yeah.
And then I guess it got to a point where like the pressure was equal. So no matter what happened, when we both stopped, I hit mine. It didn't have enough pressure to push it because it was just out of the way. It was supposed to carry it by that point.
Crazy.
And when he pressed the receive or the send button, it was also just out of range. So it was just stuck in the middle. So we had to tell our counselors who then had to explain to the people who were there what happened. And they like shut down the pneumatic for like a week because they had to like have someone come in and like pull it out and then repair the tube.
They need to get a toilet snake and shove it up in the
the plumber there with his snake trying to, was like, oh, it happens all the time. But then we weren't allowed back. So I don't know if we weren't allowed back, but we never went back as far as I was there.
There was like a seat that you could pull yourself up with on a rope. That one was cool.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I was never strong enough for that.
Yeah, neither was I. I was too fat, and then I remember at some point I did it, and I was like, I'm so strong.
You're like, oh god, yeah, this is how we do it. Pulley systems.
Pulleys, baby.
But it's all about pulleys.
Give me enough levers and pulleys, and I'll fucking lift whatever you want.
I'll build you a pyramid. But no, it was aliens. Aliens built the pyramids.
I think they used a really long crowbar.
Yeah, just one Egyptian at the bottom with a crowbar. It's like, all right, I got it. They're pulling these giant slabs into place. Like, that's wrong. Just popped it off. But yeah, man.
It's like, this isn't a pyramid.
Yeah,
This is a rectangle.
it's like you just built Red Bull Stadium. That's all you did. Oh, my bad. We'll tear it down.
This is the globe.
Yeah, this is a Bass Pro Shop is what you've just built. So
The Bass Pro Shop pyramid.
Hey, King Tut could have used a Bass Pro Shop, I think.
King Tut could have. I did see his. I remember doing a school trip where we saw his sarcophagus at like the New York History Museum. I don't know if it was real. It could have been fake.
Yeah, they could have just put it in and said it was the real
It
one.
could have just been a fake artifact, but you hope that a museum would be reputable and fucking get the real thing.
They're like, they'll never know. They're dumb kids.
Yeah,
But back to the original Would You Rather. I think now I'm found myself enjoying hiking trails more.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things I think where like getting away to just the quiet feels nice, and maybe that is just me being old. Commenter, whoever you were.
maybe
like
it's because you're 40 years old.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm 31, so I basically am 40.
Yeah.
I'm no longer under 30 or at. So.
1 foot in the grave.
Yeah, I am expired. Like I am living on borrowed time.
Yeah, more like milk, not like wine.
Yeah. But I'm actually oat milk, so it's like that really, or almond milk, so it's that really gross period where like they get really elastic, and when you try to pour it out, like slurps back into the thing. When you
It's
pull
like
it back
orange
out.
juice. It'll just like turn black after enough time.
It's like the nectar of the darkness. We've changed consistency. But
Yeah, it's for my pagan rituals.
to some of the outer gods,
The blood of orange.
You heard of blood oranges? No. This is the blood of the orange.
Yeah, it's different.
It's very different. Chester Cheetah is overseeing because he's he knows what it's like to be cheesy. So,
Oh yeah.
but
It's
yeah,
not
like
easy being cheesy.
that's the incantation before he pours it out. But yeah, like I think it's just nice to be able to see and feel like peaceful for a bit. I know growing up where I grew up in Norwalk, I was right on a main road. And if I wasn't on a main road, I was in an apartment complex. There's people moving all the time. So, like, now that I can actually go out, just appreciate the actual nature of it all, it feels better. Also, it's mostly free most of the time. I haven't been to a paid
just walking
hiking
on
trail
trails
yet.
is usually free.
So it's like, cool, all right.
Yeah, it's good for your health.
Yeah,
You're
gets
happier, you
fresh
breathe
air.
more, you get some sun.
It's funny because for the longest time, my wife had always said, like, I need to get some sun. I never really, like, I was like, I thought it was like a funny throwaway line, like she would just say, because she would say she's, wants to go out for a bit. But now, like, living in the apartment I live in now, there's no windows. There's one tiny window in the kitchen, and then two big, like, swing open patio doors. But obviously I can't just open those because the cats will run out.
Oh no.
So like I definitely feel like when I go out and we go to take our oldest cat on walks. She has a little stroller and everything. Like we went to the farmer's market last week. That was near our town. But like going out and just feeling the wind, feeling the heat of the sun, just enjoying the area felt so refreshing. And again, also where I work too, we literally call it the pit because the only windows we have are frosted.
Okay.
So we literally don't even get good sunlight because we don't want people seeing into what we're doing. So it's like literally like everyone calls it the pit, the cave. Like I've talked to when I'm with other employees, like, oh my god, let you out of the cave to hang out, and I'm like, just this one because I traded enough good noodle stars,
Oh yeah.
But
good noodle stars.
It's one of those things where it's like you don't realize like how actually, like I said, beneficial it is until you miss it for a while. Then you're like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
And amusement parks, all the hustle and bustle, you can still get that, but the nature of the area is just energy, fun, screaming, do stuff.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. So like, and that it has a time and place as well. I'm not saying I'm against it. That's why I think I agree with you. I enjoy hiking much more now for the few times that we do it.
Yeah. Also for like Disney, I don't want to pay like $100 just to stand in line for 4 hours.
Yeah, I would love to not mortgage,
Yeah.
know, the house I don't have yet.
Spend like $5, $6, $7 on a Dasani water bottle.
Oh, and that's the worst part too. It's Dasani, so
Yeah,
you
it's
know
the
they're
worst.
insulting you.
Yeah, well, right. It's either you get the cheap option is Dasani,
Yeah,
and then like the more expensive water is like a twice as price like Smart Water.
yeah. Like there's no in between.
Yeah.
Or you pay like $15 for like one of their like special Disney branded drinks
Yeah,
that you get 2
exactly.
sips out of because it's mostly ice.
Yeah, it's mostly ice.
That was the one nice thing. My grandfather used to work at the Disney Resort Hotel for a period. So part of that is that he could put in to get like day passes. So what he would do is he would save up all of his whatever it was, like his requests, because you get them per like period of work or whatever.
Sure.
Or a certain amount per year. And then when I went down to visit them, he would just trade them in. We'd literally get fast passes for free to, whatever park, like it was inter-park
Wow.
passes.
Yeah.
And so I think for like the week I was there, it was like day one, we went to Downtown Disney, which is free, super easy. But then the next day was like Animal Kingdom. The day after that was
wow.
or not Universal, but like the Epcot, like, Epcot was the next one.
Yeah.
Third day we went to like Magic Kingdom.
Oh, yeah.
And then day 4 we had a barbecue. Day 5 we were going home.
Amazing.
So like back to back, didn't spend $1 outside if we wanted to get food.
Sure.
And I'm like, this is really nice.
Yeah.
And then I looked at the prices and I'm like, God help anyone coming here who doesn't have a relative or some sort of discount code.
Yes.
Because I saw the passes themselves at the time were like $50 per pass.
Yeah, and it's
just to
worse.
use
It's
them.
way
They don't even
worse.
do anything.
Yeah.
So like it literally was just like after we were done, we could keep them, but it was just a strap of rubber with like a Mickey Mouse face on it, and then you like because it doesn't work after it expires. You could reload them the next time you go, but
Right.
like I was like, God.
Not if they discontinue it,
I mean, this is true too, but
which they have,
yeah,
because fast passes are way worse than they used to be.
yeah. So
Right, you used to just be able to like buy a ticket. The fast pass was good for like every ride. You could just go and
Yep.
like jump in a fast pass line. And now it's like you're like buying specific fast passes for specific rides at specific times.
Yep.
And it's like, this is bullshit.
yeah, that's literally what we do. We'd get the fast pass in the morning. We'd be able to swipe our thing. And to be fair, it was really cool because you like put it up to a reader, and then it would do like it would turn green. It's like,
yeah.
you've been accepted by Mickey Mouse. But then you'd go to a station and you would pick 3 things you wanted to do at specific times. So it was still that. But you would do it, you'd scan your thing, load it up, then you could go do those things, then you could find another fast pass station.
Oh,
and then
nice.
reload it with more things if you wanted. So they were like, we're not making enough quadrillion dollars, so let's make it pay to play, essentially. So
Yeah. What if we were gajillionaires?
yeah, what if we were gorillionaires?
Oh.
$1 gorillion dollars.
It's so many. That's a lot of dollars.
I was gonna say, and to be fair, that could be a real number. I've never had a gorillion.
I've never had that many. So many doll hairs.
Yeah.
Get everywhere.
But yeah, man, it's great. And to be fair though, if I had a perfect no death record like Disney, then I would also charge thousands of dollars.
You're right.
which-
No out of court settlements.
yeah, no, absolutely
Ever.
not. I remember hearing, and again, I don't know how true this is, but I feel like it's either one of those things the internet's passed around enough that it's been taken as fact, or it's real. But either way, like hearing the theory of like, or the allegation, because again, it's allegedly, that Disney,
His frozen head.
his frozen head, yes, which I believe is real at this point. in
Yeah,
time.
I think so too.
No jokes there. But the idea that they would perform, no matter if you had a medical incident
Oh yeah.
that needed like heavy intervention, they would do it on a stretcher and like take you through, this like back path to get you out of the park as possible.
Yeah.
But they would be performing like CPR or whatever they need to do on you until you got outside of the park. And then they would go, yeah, they're dead.
Whoa.
So
what
that
the
way,
fuck?
technically, nobody's died in Disney because you're outside of the park.
Oh, I see. Yeah. That's crazy.
And no matter what it is, they would do CPR or whatever like
Wow.
immediate life-saving stuff they
Insane.
could do.
No, that
until
makes
they
a lot
got
of
you
sense.
outside,
Yeah.
and then it's like, well, technically they weren't pronounced dead until they.
Yeah, not pronounced
outside.
dead. Yeah, because you're still attempting to save their life,
Yeah.
so they're not dead.
Guy's decapitated. They're just shoving it back together and doing CPR, and then like, okay, yeah, no, he's gone as soon as they get outside, even though his head's, rolling ahead of you.
Whoa.
But again, I've heard that enough times where I'm like, sounds like it's real. Whether or not it's real, no idea. But that was the last I heard. Was like they were like, nah, like no one died here because technically we killed them off screen.
Whoa. Yeah, there was. It's off screen. It's so crazy to say.
Well, remember, because it's all a stage.
Yeah,
it's all
a stage.
actors.
Yeah.
They never break character.
Imagineers.
Yeah, yeah. There you go.
Can you imagine Mickey Mouse giving you life-saving CPR?
Pluto's out there just beating on your chest.
Oh man.
If I went into cardiac arrest and I woke up outside of Disneyland with Goofy hitting me with fucking defibrillators, I would tell you to hit me again and put me back under, because I don't need that to be like my life stories. I was saved by Goofy. Just like, clear. Like I'd be like, nope, put me out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna write a book about this. I'm not doing a press tour.
How Goofy saved my life? Not
Goofy saved my life.
the horse. I just did what anyone else would do. And it's like,
Parentheses going sexual.
Yeah. He saved my life. God, sexual. It's like, oh man. It's like, so you said after he saved your life, you just went fucking Goofy? It's like, no, I was fucking Goofy. Is what I'm saying. He's like, he's a slut. I never had sex with that man. I'm just grabbing another drink.
Okay,
But it's just the lemon and
It's
the
like
strawberry.
what do we call it? The fact that every time there's like a Republican national convention or whatever, Grindr crashes.
I've seen that too, Grinder, and the male Tinder section always goes crazy bananas. But
It goes cuckoo
the
bananas.
swipes are coming from inside the house, dog. I know what to tell you. But
Yeah, that's not what they meant when they said a house divided against itself.
oh God. But hey, man, listen,
Hey, listen.
Navi, please.
Please, no.
Yeah, it's. I wonder how many of those two, like. Do you think people are doing it like making accounts on purpose whenever the RNCs
that'd be
come
funny.
in to like
Yeah, it could
catfish
be.
people?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I mean, for sure, that's part of espionage, you know?
True.
I've
Very
seen,
true.
there's like this famous CIA whistleblower who, I'll have to send you some of his clips, because some of the shit he says is so out of pocket. Because he was talking about, like, he's like, you gotta like go in. He was talking about like this story where he was like trying to infiltrate some sort of foreign agent or something, and it's like, look, if like the fucking government like bursts through the door or whatever, your hotel room, like you just gotta pretend to be gay with the like whoever the person is that you're with, right? He's like, the police won't question you, just pretend you're gay. Like
What?
it's either you're gonna be found out as a spy or that this person's having an affair and you gotta pretend so you don't get caught as a spy. It's just like, what are you talking about, man? What even is the CIA?
I would love to see the part of the handbook for your CIA like spy training. It's like, all right, guys, it's gonna get a little
kiss a man.
Yeah, how to kiss a man on the first date, how to curl your tongue when you're kissing, like. That's in the handbook, and there's like, sir, is this going to be on the test? And he's like, you want it to be?
Yeah. How to be submissive and readable.
Oh, no!
No.
They include links on like how to buy like skirts and maid dresses. You're going to need this in your wardrobe. Yeah. This is going to be part of your standard issue.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, this is your uniform. Why
else
aren't
gets
you
a
in
suit.
uniform?
SpongeBob. Oh my God, SpongeBob was a spy for Mr. Krabs this whole time.
SpongeBob's a psyop.
That explains why he was so comfortable with the coral blue number 42 on the
That's
ship.
true. Yeah, there's been signs. There's been signs. All of our favorite characters: SpongeBob, Bugs Bunny,
Yep.
notorious
true.
crossdresser,
And Daffy Duck too.
Yeah, there you go.
It's always been there. It's always been there. It's been subliminal messaging this whole time.
To turn everyone into femboys.
Yes. Oh, the great femboy wave of 2026. It's all gonna happen.
It's all happening.
It's all gonna activate this year.
They're activating
They're sleeper
it.
cells.
Yeah, that's good. That's like
Femboy sleeper cells.
Well, I'm thinking Kingsman, where like everybody has like they activated something in
Oh, the
everybody's
frequency,
phones.
yeah.
The frequency.
Instead of them all killing each other, they'll
Femboy
turn into
frequency.
Yo, this high pitched femboy frequency. That's crazy.
Now
work,
that's
actually.
a conspiracy.
Yeah.
That is
That is
based.
a conspiracy that is about to bust on the scene, and I mean in more ways than one.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, we're actually changing the channel to Infomores.
Yes, info. It's legally distinct, so we can't
legally
be sued.
distinct. Cannot sue us.
Oh my god! It wasn't the chemicals they were putting in the water make the frogs gay. It was the frequency.
It was
I
the
should have known.
frequency.
Femboy frogs.
Yeah, Femboy Frogs. Every time you open up Reddit, 4chan,
It's programming you subliminally.
yeah, you're getting subliminally programmed through these. Oh, there is actually something. Real talk. Oh, it's something auditory. I just saw this video about it, where this guy was talking about there are like specifically with AI, right? You can play audio clips that have like hidden like audio undertones that like just cannot be picked up by like human ears and stuff.
Yeah.
And to some degree, it's like good to have where the frequencies that you have that you can like put underneath like your video. It could literally just be like us talking and like if I were to like put one of these audio tracks underneath it, if we like someone were to like play this video in a room rather than like an Alexa like turning on and like listening and like picking up like the messages that we're actually talking about,
Yeah.
it'll pick up a bunch of like random words and stuff.
Oh,
so
okay.
you can use these audio tracks to like attack people's
Their home,
their
AI,
home
like,
smart
assistant
systems and stuff.
Wow, that's scary.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's scary. So like it's literally just a backtrack, and we wouldn't even be able to hear it. 'Cause it's like a
You wouldn't
different-
even know.
Gotcha.
Like it's literally like a language that only computers can understand.
Huh.
Yeah,
That's fun. I mean, it's not funny. That's scary, but it's like
it's scary.
I guess to be like, it's been there this whole time. I think it's just now people are starting to utilize it. Because I think back, there's a movie I had watched, Irreversible is what it's called. It had Monica Bellucci in it, and it's a famously dark movie. Like it's a story about it's told out of order first off, but it's a story of like a guy who, it's him and his. I think his wife or his fiance, but either way, she gets assaulted, and it's a story of him going to get revenge. But the problem is, it's told out of order. So like you start at the end, like the boyfriend like beating someone up, and then like you cut back to the beginning, then you cut like to another part of the story where like they're going out for a club and things, and it's disjointed and things like that. And part of what they did, because it was like when it came out, people were leaving the theater like physically ill after watching it.
Okay.
It's like shot in the. I mean, you could shart from it, but it's shot in these like the set pieces are dark. They have a lot of this like red whatever color bulb it is. Like a lot of it's in the back where it's like that like reddish yellow like dark kind of grungy like lighting.
Okay.
And one thing that when they talked to the director about it was like, yeah, I had the audio guy when we were shooting these scenes. Afterwards, I gave it back to him. I said, can you include some of these soundtracks? And he was like, oh, is it like additional music? And he's like, no, these are like frequencies that are like known to make people uncomfortable. So and play them only during these specific scenes.
Yeah, to like invoke specific emotions.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so that way, even though nothing bad was happening on screen, because these sound files were there and it was a lower frequency.
Yeah.
You would feel unnerved. You would feel like something bad's gonna happen. You would feel like sick almost, even though nothing had happened just yet. But then something terrible would happen on screen, and then it was just. The problem was it was such a dark movie. It happened a lot.
Yeah.
So then people were left and they were like, I physically do not feel well from that. So I guess now moving on to attacking systems was just kind of like the next natural progression.
Yeah.
Which is scary, but also makes me glad that I don't have any smart devices, mostly because I'm stupid.
Thank God.
But
thank God you're so dumb.
Thank God my brain cells number at 1. But it's funny too because I think of my parents who have like all the Alexa like smart discs and things like that. But
Yeah, you got to be careful with it for sure.
and they're and like you said, they're always listening. So it's like
Yeah.
I guess this was an eventuality we should have planned for.
Yeah. But also, if you are an artist, potentially good to put it on your stuff, so people who are like using AI things to like try to scrape your music and information, like you can use it to like prevent that. To
Also
some
a good
degree.
idea.
Yeah.
Well, I guess yeah. So I guess if you use proactively too, rather than just like with malicious
Malice.
intent,
Yeah.
with malice.
With malice.
Yeah.
Extreme malice and
was gonna say.
prejudice.
It's especially with like AI music too, because I
Oh,
feel
yeah,
like
man.
that's like AI art. I think we talked about this last time. Like
Yeah.
for smaller like non like cash flush people, art's expensive as it should
Yeah,
be.
art is expensive.
Art is very
Yeah,
expensive.
people spend a lot of time making art.
Yeah, and they're usually using their own materials.
And
you know.
materials are also expensive.
And if they're correcting and remaking, completely understand. And I this isn't a complaint about the price of art. It's more like I understand why someone would be more willing to turn to AI art. Still think they shouldn't, but if they do, I kind of get it a bit more. With AI music, I don't know. I feel like when you're impersonating voices, and then
Yeah.
also like all the instruments and things like that, it's a similar idea. But then I feel like that's usually used just for profit. Like there's no, like at least AI art can be like I just want this like my thing to pop out a bit more to like
Yeah.
enhance the image. With AI music, I feel like the only reason you would do that is because you're like, hey, listen to this song I made. People are like, oh, I want more.
Yeah.
Give me more. That's inherently, I feel like, money driven.
Yeah,
You don't just make AI
is
music because you
definitely
want to make your own little
money-driven.
thing for you.
Absolutely.
And if you do, hey, maybe you're out there and good for you. You don't try and make money off it. But
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost like inherently
Yeah.
with the intention of I need to gather more ground so I can make more money and be famous, and then
Sure.
I go from there.
Well, I can see, the thing is, if someone wanted to use the tool properly, you could, like, really, like, write the lyrics, record yourself singing the lyrics, and
Yeah.
just use, like, AI enhancements to, like, make your voice sound good.
Right.
Similar, like, auto-tune. But you are, like, fully exporting the creative process from start to finish.
Correct.
And letting a computer, like, make subpar lyrics.
Yeah.
Steal, the most popular chords and just, like, overlaying.
Just
it.
mash them together.
Yeah.
Because the idea, like, I wrote this myself. I still made the composition, like you said, just to clean it up a little bit. Okay, no problem.
Yeah,
Like,
it makes sense.
you still put in the effort to like
Yeah.
make it sound good, to make it like to make the actual sound. But when you're just like, ChatGPT, make me a song that sounds like this,
Yeah.
sounds like this, and use lyrics that are based around this, and they're like,
Yep.
got you, like,
Give me a country song
Yeah.
about America and freedom, and then it just spits
make sure to
out-
mention Ford F-150.
Yeah,
and then
mention big trucks, mention girls.
yeah, make sure
mention
you
God.
yeah, God, girls, Ford F-150. Those are the only things you need for country.
Football.
And then it's like bet, and it just sounds like someone's like beating a banjo against the wall. And you're like, yeah, this beat's kicking.
Yeah, and there's always like you could tell a lot of the times with, at least for now,
Yeah.
I should say, a lot of the AI voices that are like being rendered for these music, like you can tell like there's like little inflections that just don't sound natural.
Or like the it's got like a tinny quality almost,
Yeah.
like to it, so it sounds kind of like they're almost like vibrating a little bit is what I've heard. So it doesn't sound like a person. Some of them sound really good, but like they, like you said, they have like inflections or something that just kind of you're like, okay, that's a little weird.
Yeah, yeah, and it sucks too because like big companies like Spotify, and this is very important, allegedly. Yeah,
Spotify's lawyers are like, damn it, and they threw their pen
Damn
down.
it. Because they have been caught about this in the past, where they've like made music themselves and basically uploaded it to like compete against smaller creators, even though it's like their own artists and stuff. And right, this is where the allegedly comes in, is the fact that there's claims of them doing this with like AI music. So it's like you're just like mass producing a bunch of AI music and putting these especially for like non-lyric included playlists, right?
Yeah.
So all of your background stuff, all of your reading playlists, your workout playlists, like they're just slipping these into like you won't even notice. You can be like, oh, what a nice instrumental,
Yeah.
and like just let it play through because it's on. You're spending just hours like listening to a playlist that,
And you're
you're-
already
yeah.
like they're already a big company.
Yeah,
so
they're already
like
a big company.
squashing out like the actual small like indie
Yeah.
music producers trying to like make their own way with using AI. Like that just feels intentionally like evil almost, like, to a degree. Allegedly Spotify.
Evil.
Allegedly.
Yeah, also that other one that I said that you guys were, you know, it happened earlier too, that's also alleged.
Yes, exactly. Anything we say, we preface it's always alleged. That's
It's preface always alleged.
Maybe
I hope that covers us for future videos, past videos.
yeah. You know, let's make this the alleged series whenever I show
Yeah,
up, the alleged series.
We always end up at this point, it seems. It was a joke earlier, but
now it's like now we have to make sure we say that because you know YouTube's already not paying you, so the last thing we need is them suing you too.
yeah, I don't need negative money.
Yeah, don't need negative income.
I'm paying for the privilege to post on here?
Yeah, it's like, well, you said mean things about Spotify, so
Sucks to suck.
it's like, you know, if you say nice things about YouTube Music, though, it's just like, which I am subscribed to. But yeah, man. But that also, now I can tell you the story that I did tell you about before we started.
Oh, yes.
While we're on the subject of AI being used.
Oh, what a good segue.
Yeah. So I remember last time you had mentioned that like there were people using AI to like run interviews.
Yes.
And one happened at my job. So that same method where the person was like, "Hey, can I get abducted today?" Like someone had reported saying, "Hey, I think we have a candidate who was using AI for their interviews and for their resume." And I just wanted to flag this to someone because they were at like the Zoom interview step of the interview, start of the hiring process.
Yeah.
Which is like one step away from them like giving us the ticket to say, "Hey, can you do their background check?" So
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
pretty close. Like they were pretty close to getting hired. And I was like, oh, that's a new one. So, you know, I talked with my manager and things like that. And so I ended up calling the guy. I was like, "Hey, can you give me some more details? What's going on?" And he was like, "Yeah. So what happened was the way it worked apparently was like there's several like they get their resume, they look at the application, and then they check the credentials against LinkedIn or whatever. And they're like, all right, you know, this person seems like they may be fit for whatever role it was. And there's a series of interviews that they do, which are, I think they do like a couple like, you know, just like message exchange kind of things, like, hey, get a feel for who they are, why they're interested, things like that. Then they do a couple phone phone interviews almost, like get a feel for the person and they can answer some questions. And then they do the full on like Zoom, like face camera thing. And, you know, he was like, up until this point, everything looked great. Like the guy was super well spoken, you know, everything he said was relevant, all made sense on the topics we were talking about, you know, had a good feel about it. Did a couple phone interviews and they said, you know, he sounded great, you know, no stutters and anything. He was very confident what he was doing, straightforward. And they're like, all right, so far, no flags. And so they get to the Zoom interview point of the process, and I'll give the guy credit because he up to this point he's like, nah, this is so good, I got this. So he gets on a Zoom call with this guy, and he's like, immediately something was off because he's like, because I was talking to this guy, and all of a sudden, you know, his confidence kind of wavered. He was kind of deflecting questions a little bit, and like the level of speaking that he was giving back, even though they were similar questions, because that's the whole thing, is like they ask you similar questions to make sure your answers are consistent.
Sure.
The level of answer he was giving with like depth and explanation, nowhere near where he was in the interview process previously. So
right.
It's like this. He's like, so it just felt wrong, and they started asking a lot of questions about like the culture of the company and like how close like to, you know, this specific process, which for this particular company is like a very like close, like people who like have like the higher level access are usually involved with this process, which was not really related to what he was doing. You know, how often he would see them and things like that. And immediately he was like, this is weird. Like very oddly specific questions that don't have much to do with his role.
Sure.
So he was like, while we were talking, he's like, I didn't answer any of those questions. He's like, because part of the process, we just don't do that. He's like, but while we were talking, I kind of pulled up his resume. He's like, and I pulled up a secondary tool that we use just to like verify if anything's not matching up one to one. He types in the guy's name, and he's got the resume here, and the result shows up from the LinkedIn that matches what they looked at. But then underneath there were like 2 more links, and he was like, okay. And he opened the first one, and the information was exactly the same, but the name was completely different. Like, this guy was John Doe, and this name was like, John, or it was like
John Smith.
Yeah, like, no, it's like John Doe and like Chester McBadbat, like completely different.
Wow, Chester McBadbat is crazy.
I was gonna say the fact that he got a job, like, or trying to interview, like, with the bag on his head. I get why he'd want to. What do you call it?
Yeah, people really just loved him.
Yeah, like, and I mean, he was a baseball star.
Yeah, he was.
But yeah, so he's like, oh, that's really weird. It's like a full copy paste, and like the location was different. Like, it was like a different it was a different country.
Oh yeah.
And he was just like, what the fuck? So he checked the second link, same name, exact same experience, but it had a little part at the bottom that said, disclaimer to employers. I have been getting a lot of outreach from companies saying I'm applying for their jobs and why we never followed up. I am gainfully employed at X company. I am not looking for work.
Wow.
So if you are interviewing someone that says they're me, no, you're not. And he was like, oh, shit. So he was like, okay, and then he kind of sped things up from there and wrapped up the interview. But then he went back. And he, like, because he didn't run those interviews, and he talked to the people who did them, and they listened to the calls together. Completely different voice, completely different accent.
Wow.
And then as they listened to it, they all came to the same realization. They were like, oh shit, this guy used AI to run his interviews, and he probably just ran it through like an automated service.
Yeah.
That, or not automated service, but like an automated system, so that when we called, like, the question would go on screen, and he could see what they're asking, so he kind of knew what was going on, but he didn't actually have to answer because it was answering for him. Or maybe he typed in the answer and they weren't sure. But either way, they were like, it's definitely AI because the voice was completely different. He had very little confidence to answer the same way as the other, like the ways he had before. And he, it was just a complete mismatch. So he wrapped it up with that guy. And then he came to us because he's like, I don't know what to do here because we've already, like, talked about things like that. At that point, it got passed off to another team. But he was like, for the 17 years I've been doing human resource stuff, I have never had this happen to me before.
Yeah, I mean, it would only happen for, like, the past 5 years.
Yeah, so I was like, that's kind of crazy. But he was like, but it's funny because apparently someone else on the team who wasn't involved with this hiring process was like, oh, no, I think I had one similar. And then she pulled up a separate ticket like a year or two ago that she had sent to us and was like, hey, I think a similar thing happened. Completely different person, but she at least was the one that ran the phone call.
Insane.
And was like, his voice was just wrong. It was kind of like crisp, and like the phrases he was using was not correct. Like, it didn't feel like the way a human would speak. And then sure enough, they were like, yeah, no, like this when they spoke to the guy again, completely different. This guy had the nerve to put his camera on. Like, and he was like, not at all, like, what do you call it? Like the voice sounded and described. So it was just like, that's 2 now that's happened. And like, it got far enough to where they were like, one of them was almost hired. The other one got stopped at a first phone interview. And I'm just like, dude.
I mean, what's even the goal? Like,
and that's the thing too, is like, what makes you think, like, once you get in, they're not going to notice the difference?
Yeah.
Or like, are you just going to be remote only? I'm not sure. 'Cause I'm not sure the nature of this guy's position that he was going into. But I'm like, that's the thing, is like, at what point do you think you're going to, like, how long are you going to get away with this? Now, granted, since part of my job is that I do, I'm involved with doing the background check process. One thing we do look out for is like places like China or Russia or things like that. Any state, like if they're connected to like state bodies, because the idea being like, they could exfiltrate information kind of thing. So maybe that's what this was. Maybe it was just he was trying to get some data and
Wow.
use that to do his own thing. Like I'm not
Yeah.
sure. Like just like work for a couple months,
Yeah,
steal the
yeah.
methods, and then go start up his own rival company.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I don't know what the
Corporate
plan was.
espionage.
Yeah, at its finest. But I was
Yeah,
like, wow,
all too easy with
how
AI.
topical.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, you're gonna get to a point where like the video portion that you have is also gonna be an AI person.
Yeah, and it's also scary too because like, again, I try my best to avoid AI on like a personal level, just because it's like it's terrible for the environment. I feel like it's like the way some people use it is they're replacing critical thinking with AI, where they're just like, this is a weird question. AI, what do I do? And then they let ChatGPT tell them how to respond.
Yeah.
Like, if you're using it to clean it, like we've said with everything else, if you're using it to help like make your email sound better because your vocabulary, like just as a response, but you're still putting in the initial message, great. I think that's fine. Not a problem. But a lot of the processes at work they're trying to incorporate like AI agents. So it's like, if you need to find an article really quick, you can just ask them and they'll link you to it. That's what I've heard is happening at Lego is like, they're teaching an AI agent so that way the people working just ask them and then it gives them the information. But the problem is that the AI is terribly inaccurate because it's not reading it correctly based on how it's formatted. So it's like, I wonder like if there's going to be a point where like the interviewee is using AI, the interviewer is using AI to determine if it's AI.
Yes.
Spider-Man pointing meme at each other because we're both AI, and then they're going to run the results of the AI through the system to have the AI be like, nah, this is AI, or nah, this isn't AI.
Yeah.
Like at what point are we going to lose that? Because that's the thing is both of these cases were caught with like human touch.
Yes.
Like they felt something was off, so they looked into it more. If you tell an AI, hey, look at this, that, and the third, they're going to look for this, that, and the third. They're not going to plan for the fourth that shows up.
Sure. Yeah, and also, right, you add some of that adversarial audio to it, and then you might have an AI system that gets tricked, and it's just like, yes, this is a human because it told me it was a human.
Yeah, I didn't even listen to their answers. I just documented it, but the subwoofers or whatever they were picking up, like you said, like it's just like, oh, we're good, and then they're in, So it's like I understand it's a tool to help make life easier, but I worry because so many people are like, I just got a license for ChatGPT on my device. So I'm like, I don't want to use this. Like, I feel like if I start using this, granted it stays within the company, but I'm like, I don't know. It feels weird to use. Like, I don't trust it. And I'm not saying that as like a tinfoil hat, like, I think it's going to take over and you become Skynet, but I personally don't, given the inaccuracies I've seen, I don't feel comfortable using that for work because, like I said, most of it is sensitive.
Yeah.
And like I made the joke earlier about like NDAs. Like due to NDAs, I can't say nothing, but like I can't say specifics, but like
yeah, I wouldn't plug in any sensitive work information into there. Yeah.
Even if it's instance based, where it's just within the company.
Yeah.
How do I know for sure? How do they know for sure?
Yeah,
it's not being retained somewhere else.
Yeah.
In another server, it's like it's only for this company. But it's also in this server, which is not for this company, and someone can just grab it.
Going to be in
as like
one
a backup.
of the data warehouses that are being built.
Yeah, just draining some town in Iowa for all their water for the year, just to be like, all right, there you go. You just stole this sensitive information from this company because you plugged in a USB cord or USB plug, like thumb drive.
You're gonna have to go buy bottled water from the store now. Good luck.
Like, congratulations, this was good for everybody. So it's like, it was hilarious. I mean, it was funny in the sense that like we had talked about it and then it came up.
Yeah, then it happened.
So I was just like, huh. But at the same time, I'm also like now that it's entered my sphere of influence, I'm just like, oh, this is bad.
Yeah,
like, this is not good.
Yeah, I have, as much as I do, also I do use AI. I have been a bit of an alarmist as well, to be like, this is like the most sophisticated like war tech ever created.
Oh yeah.
Like, this is going to be one of the most horrific like technologies to come out to, like, I mean, we're already doing, do you know, like, You know, I actually spoke about this on the podcast with somebody else, like the idea of dehumanizing warfare, where
Yeah.
it's like, you know, at the very least, like back, you know, before technology got all crazy, it's like there was somebody who like really had to personally feel the fact that they were killing someone.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you know, we're progressing to a point where we're further and further away from that, where it's like you can just see someone behind like a thermal screen, or right, you could literally be in a different country halfway across the world looking through a screen, and it's just like sometimes they don't even show up as people, they'll just show up as little red squares.
Yeah, and then you just press a button, and then all of a
boop.
sudden, no more squares. But that's also like 45 lives that just ended instantly.
Yeah.
I remember because I did for my it was I think it was not civics, it was world philosophy. It was a class I had at Brian McMahon, essentially, where we were like looking at like the world and like all the various changes and like shifts like that have happened throughout the years. It's sort of like the French Revolution, like give us bread and stuff like that. And part of one of the projects that my teacher wanted us to do, he was like, I want you to look into something, find something that interests you, but is also like, he's like, make sure it's something that like if you know, if it was you, how would you feel about it, and then give me a presentation on it. So at the time, and I might be dating myself here, I remember the whole like WikiLeaks thing
Oh, sure.
had just come out, and it like released the footage of the helicopter pilot and gunman who like had 5 or 6 people that they assumed or were told, you know, were related to like whatever terrorist organization was popular at the time. But then we found out that part of the people that were gunned down was like a Reuters journalist, and like his daughter or something like that, or his wife. So it was him or maybe another journalist, something like that. But I remember part of my presentation was explaining what was wrong, like what happened and what the proceedings were. But also part of it was like the exploration of, you know, the commentary that was made. 'Cause I don't know if you've ever seen the video.
No, not for the WikiLeaks stuff. I
like back when Chelsea Manning first got arrested, like that whole thing.
No, not really.
So what happened was it's like a 3 or 4 minute video, but it's, you know, the helicopter coming in, and you see like the thermal imaging of the people with the red squares, and you see several adults there, several large bodies, and the commentary between, you know, the pilot and the gunner is very much just like laughing, jovial, kind of having a good time, like, oh man, like they don't even know what's happening, you know, like, oh, this is crazy, like I never thought I'd get out of bed to do this morning, stuff like stuff like just like kind of generally like almost like they're not taking it seriously.
Yeah.
And then you hear another voice that's like, all right, you know, clear, you know, you can proceed, and they're like, all right, you know, light them up kind of thing. And then you see them, you know, you actually see them like fire, and it's just white blips, and then some clouds of dust, and then some of them stop showing up. There's a couple that are crawling, and they're like laughing about it, and one guy's like, "Ah, nice pop," like shit like that.
Oh my god!
And then they do another pass, and then you see them like finish off the remaining like blips, like, and that's it. And they're like, "All right, you know, that's hell yeah, let's get back and get some food," like kind of thing. And it's very much like you said, like it's just they're like, we don't really see them as people.
Yeah.
We don't need to. We're like 40,000 feet in the air or whatever. They're just white blobs on a screen. I press a button, a funny noise comes out, and then they're gone.
Yeah.
You know. Now in this case, it was extra malicious because they were like they knew they were people. But like, you know, like you said, like it's at a point now where like I could be here and I could be given a button that'll level a field, like a school. You know, three countries away.
Yeah, you don't even have to look at the thing if you don't want to.
Just tell me it's there, cool, boop, and that's it.
Bam.
And I think it also links back to like Call of Duty and things like that. Because I remember, I feel like at a certain point they were like, I don't know if the military was, again, allegedly, especially as the government, allegedly,
especially with the U.S. government.
I feel like there was some discourse where they were like, it was either a recruitment tool.
That's what they say.
Or it was, because they had, I remember there was like U.S. Navy like Twitch streamers that were like actual like people
hilarious.
in service that would stream like Battlefield or like
Dude,
Call of Duty
that's
and stuff.
so funny.
And then they were like, yeah, you know, like this is pretty accurate. I remember, you know, I had a couple missions like this. If you guys, you know, if you want to join, you can fill this, you can follow this link and sign up.
The recruiters.
Yeah, like literally
recruiters
being like, hey, you know, you can get this. You know, we don't have these skins, but you can use weapons like this. You can drive vehicles like this. Like, sign up today, kind of thing.
Hey, dude, if you are, to be honest, that might also just be the recruiters being like, if you use my link, right? Because like you get so many extra benefits by actually getting people to sign up.
Yeah.
So it's like such a good outlet for them to just like get bonuses and shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's like it's that level of like, you know, between video game, and I don't want to sound like those people who are like video games with the devil, but like the war game industry for a period.
Oh yeah.
Definitely glorified.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Yeah, and I mean, right, the Americans are the good guys in every single war video game.
Every single time. You know, Japanese people are out here make you play, or Vietnamese make you play Russian roulette and like, you know, straw hutches and stuff like that.
Yeah, the opening to World at War was crazy. Yeah.
Like, you know, or like, you know, this super evil Russian guy who's, you know, trying to set off nukes, or he nuked a country while your character was in the air, kind of thing.
Oh, shit.
You know, all of Modern Warfare 2. That was the twist I wasn't expecting, was they had the American general be the bad guy.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's always been there, and I feel like the No Russian...
Oh, No Russian was great.
Like, that was a mission where it's like, you know, looking back on it, I completely understand the controversy. Like, you're showing kids how fun it is to do a mass shooting.
Oh yeah,
because that's the whole thing. Is it's not like this is terrible. You know, you're a CIA agent or a government agent who's blending in with this Russian military sect and committing violence.
Yeah,
and you get shot in the end because he knows you're an agent.
Yeah, you get killed.
But it's not. It doesn't feel like that for the average 12, 13-year-old whoever was playing. It's just like, oh, I got a really cool gun. No one's shooting back at me if there are other mall cops or airport cops, and then you just fucking... And
yeah, they don't do anything really in that mission.
So it's like, you know, it's like cool, like, you know, and there's obvious videos of people like not shooting anyone.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could complete that whole level and not shoot a single person.
But you know, that was the main goal, was like, go do it, like, go have fun. I can understand why that was upsetting for people.
Sure.
And it was supposed to paint it as like, these are the really bad guys, but that's not how I feel it kind of came across. Looking like at the time, I was like, nah, this is just fun. Like, I just had fun. Just
yeah, it's like, cool, we get to destroy all our targets.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I get to mow down, you know, and it's like, oh, well, better they're doing it in a video game than in real life. It's like, or they're going to do it in a video game and then realize they want to do it in real life. It must be as much fun because video games say so. Yeah. And we've seen that before with other stuff, too. Like,
sure.
You know, the whole Slender Man, like, stabbings that took place.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't think video games are inherently what, like, drives people to go do that shit. Yeah. Like, obviously, there's other psychological issues that are happening.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just like, you know, that's just like... It's like, oh, just because somebody watches true crime, they're gonna get the idea to go
murder someone.
Yeah, murder people. Like,
yeah, there's obviously a couple more degrees of separation.
Yeah.
But like, bring it back to the whole like dehumanizing thing. Like, I feel like it's definitely a factor. And then, like you said, when you make it this easy, you know, it's scary.
Yeah. Right. There's a reason that there's no children in GTA.
Correct. That is very correct.
People would be going around mowing down children.
Yeah. I think of like, there's a game I was playing called Ready or Not, which is like a SWAT simulator game.
Oh, nice.
Where you like, it's one of those like hyper realistic ones where it's like, you only carry a certain amount of magazines, and if you do, you have to leave other equipment off. So if you want more flash grenades, you have 13 slots, or like in some cases, depending on the level of your armor, you get more or less slots. So you have to decide what you want to bring with you. You can fully customize your weapons, things like that. And it follows like, you know, different scenarios. You're breaking and entering, like to like in one place you're like, it's like a crack house that's like making drugs. So you're like breaking in to arrest the people inside, stop the drug factory, and then, you know, go from there. Other ones is like a nightclub shooting you have to go stop by like a terrorist organization. So there's a bunch of different missions. And there's one underlying theme, because all the missions are connected to an extent. But the first little storyline that you follow is of how like this drugs and the drug trafficking ring that's going on is also a human trafficking ring, and there are many overt signs that there's like a child sex trafficking ring as part of this.
Oh man, yeah.
So it's like it's meant to be serious. It's not meant to be a fun. Like when you play that game, you're supposed to be sweating, and it's heavy material.
Yeah.
And there's a multiplayer mode.
Sure.
So my coworker got it, and we were playing a mission together, and the first mission literally is there's a like convenience store, like restaurant, like gas station that's being held up. So you go in, you subdue the targets, and rescue everyone. And one of the extra missions you have to find is a little girl who is like wrapped up in all this, and that connects to the next storyline because she tells you of like this place that she went to with her mom to like shoot a video and stuff like that, and that's it connects all the things through, and like the drugs and things like that. But the first thing he did when he saw her was he was like, oh, she's over here, I'll tag her, and they'll come pick her up after. And he's like, where? And he ran over, and the first thing he tried to do was shoot her, and I was just like, dude. And he was like, I had to test. I'm like, why? Why did you have to test? You psychopath. What is wrong with you? She's
just wanted to see if they let me do it.
And then there was like the crack house level. There's a child there.
Throw a grenade at her.
They patched it out because originally she was in the crack house because A, she was trafficked there, but also B, she was like 10, and they were like giving her drugs, and like when you first find her, she's like bleeding and seizing, so you have to like call in, like you have to call it in, and it was a really gruesome thing. So they toned it down, and so now she's just like passed out in the bed. It's like a child's room in this like actual crack house. So she's passed out. Like there's a little bit of blood on her nose, I think, is what they toned it down to, but she's not like visibly seizing like before. And of course, this motherfucker again runs up, and he's just like, "Oh, dude!" I was like, if I spin around and you're aiming at this child right now, we're gonna have a problem. And I turn around, and he's sitting there with his gun up, which is how it shows you can't aim at something. And I was like, "Come on, man!" And he was just like, "I had to check." He's like, "Wait, we can't shoot her." But then he throws a flashbang right at her feet, and it goes off, and the mission ends because she technically got injured. You can't harm civilians.
Funny, yeah.
And I was like,
nice, got her,
dude. He was like, she was resisting. I was like, all right,
she was resisting.
All right, but like stuff like that, like it makes perfect sense because this is the common man walks through, and first thing he's like, I gotta try and shoot that child.
Yep. Yeah, that's I feel like that is definitely, you could probably run a scientific study on that actually, on like how quickly do people go to like kill children in video games.
That should give you a measure of where they should be.
Yeah, because there is TCP, time to penis, to how quickly someone draws a dick in a game.
Oh yes, okay, I see.
Because if there is an ability, someone will go for it. If you can, you will.
Running an exclusive science experiment just to see how long it takes for everyone. That's really funny. I'm sure that actually could be a really fun like metric to do live. Just run through a bunch of games with people. Like, all right, everyone, you got drawing ability. Go ahead.
Yeah, this
all
is
right,
a drawing
2
game.
seconds to draw a penis.
It took you 2 seconds.
There are no drawing equipments here. What do you got? Okay, he shot a penis design into the floor. 15 seconds. Yep. Like, just mark it all down.
That's what I'm saying, dude. In CS:GO, you get your pistol out and just go to the wall. Just doink, 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 doink.
This is worth losing the round for.
Yes, it was.
You may have lost the round, but you won the penis war.
Yeah, you won the penis wars.
But,
the great war that it was.
The great phallus battle. Battle of the phallus to the Duel of the Fates.
It's like the fucking Star Wars music.
Yeah. They just whip. It's like them whipping out their lightsabers and they start drawing penises in the ground so you can go first. Techniques that a Jedi wouldn't teach you.
This is a banned Jedi technique. It's just like turning off your lightsaber and then turning it back on again.
Yeah. Which is by far the best move I think anyone's ever, like, never mind honor. I would just be doing it all the time.
Yoink, yoink. Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Damn, you're a master? That's crazy. Oh, now you got a hole in your throat. I don't know what to tell you.
Boo.
Yeah, that's why Jedi are boring.
Yeah, boring Jedi.
Great Jedi are the coolest because they do whatever they want. Who cares?
Yeah, join the dark side.
Well, hold on, I didn't say all that. Because then you're like frying babies and you're like, nah, this is good for me, and just lightning.
Have you ever tried fried baby?
I mean, To be fair, I've had opportunities, but I have not partaken.
I'm sure you've had baby back ribs.
Oh, that's where they come from, the back of the baby. I knew it.
It's from their backs.
It's like, damn, I gotta go back to Outback. That shit was good.
Yeah, that shit was delicious. Dude, that pumpernickel bread, though.
I know. I was so disappointed when I found out, like, the pumpernickel bread they use specifically is not, like, standard pumpernickel. I think it's, like, sweetened, because I've gotten, like, a pumpernickel bagel before.
Yeah, it's just not the same, yeah.
the same at
Yeah,
all.
they definitely throw a bunch of sugar into that bread. It's sweet
just
bread.
tastes like wheat.
Yeah, it probably is more of a dessert bread, actually.
Yeah, but...
Or like cake.
God damn it, I will fight someone for another loaf. Like, if I could.
Give me 10.
Yeah. if Outback ever instituted an endless like bread policy like
That'd be
Olive
cool,
Garden, Outback, give us a
Yeah,
call.
unlimited breadsticks, unlimited pumpernickel as
Yeah.
part of your promotion.
Like, that'd be great.
They were probably just gonna give you the unlimited breadsticks anyways.
Yeah, right. It's not a perk. You shouldn't be paying for it. They would have just done it to begin with.
Restaurants commonly give out chips, popcorn.
Yeah, like
bread.
it's not really that much of a pull or a lift. I mean, to give you unlimited breadsticks. And anything, it clears out the back anyway.
Yeah, you know what is good though? TGI Fridays when they did the unlimited apps. Those were so good. It was like $5 each.
Now that, to be fair, is how you sink money. Like unlimited appetizers for $5 per person. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, literally, you can tell me I can get unlimited chicken zingers as much as I want.
Dude, the amount of mozzarella sticks I ate. Unhuman.
I have consumed inhuman amounts of mozzarella sticks because they were unlimited.
The cheese is clogging my arteries to this day.
Yeah, it's not pushed out yet.
I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones.
Never mind that cheese that didn't melt on the cheeseburger. This is just the mozzarella from TGI Fridays.
I must have been the entire U.S. cheese supply.
Yep. We had to personally call
reserves.
Italy just to have them send over more because of you. So
Yeah, I emptied the cheese caves out in the Midwest.
there were several miners who could not see their family for Christmas because they had to repair the stocks that you decimated. So
Pulling cheese
mines.
directly out of the cave.
Yeah. Instead of using like pickaxes, they have like fondue forks and they're like pulling it down. It's like, I wish I could see my family. Have a little canary next to them that whistles whenever the mozzarella.
Did I tell you could work Mario or talk Mario? You can't talk.
Maybe if Luigi didn't fuck up that mansion, you wouldn't be here. But the idea that Mario and Luigi have to take up mozzarella mining to subsidize all their adventures.
Yeah, because of the haunted mansion.
because Luigi fucked up everything and smashed all the like the ancient like vases and shit inside to find ghosts.
Yeah, Luigi bought a money pit.
Yeah.
He didn't realize that the entire mansion needed to get torn down and rebuilt.
Yep.
And also that it was on an ancient Native American burial ground.
That was probably the most interesting part that he forgot.
He just totally whiffed on that one.
Let that one slip through the cracks.
Yeah, why
Like,
has there
Mario,
been
it's
so
a
many
steal.
ghosts?
It's like, yeah, because there's a poltergeist in the living room.
I don't see the problem. Meanwhile, like the girl is like on the ceiling.
Yeah, she's crawling around. It's like, Rosaline will work it out of her system. She's fine.
She just needs to burn some energy.
I was gonna say the little like star creatures she has with her aren't actually like fun interdimensional like beings. They're actually the manifestations of her demons.
Oh man,
Because they lived in a haunted mansion.
All of Rosalina's stars are just demons.
Yes. There's like this. If you count them, there's 7, and therefore it links back to whatever. It's always the I always love watching the people who are like, the devil's everywhere and I'll show you how, and it's like they draw up the diagrams of like how this that, and the third.
Yeah, I remember there was this viral one of like this woman who had a poster board and was talking about Monster, the energy drink.
Yes.
He's like, this is the sign of the devil, people.
Got 3 claws, 3 for the beast, number of the beast 666.
666.
I think my favorite part of that was like, bottoms up, the devil laughs, and I was just like, boom, that is a banger of a line. Like, that is amazing. Like, I may not believe her, but god damn it if that ain't like, I don't, for half a second I was like, she might be onto something.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. She was confident. She was for sure confident about
She said,
what
I
she
know
was
for a
saying.
fact the demon is in this energy drink.
Like, oh yeah? But what about the Jesus in my corn chip?
Yeah. What about my Cheeto Jesus? How about that? Have you thought about that?
Take that, devil worshippers.
As long as you eat 1 Jesus Cheeto per monster you drink, no demons.
Yeah, it evens out.
Yeah,
Jesus will protect you.
1 to 2. Like, you can have 2 monster energy to 1 Cheeto because 3 claws, 6. You know, that's how that works.
Imagine your talisman is a Cheeto.
Yeah, you've got it trapped in like a necklace.
Yeah, you put it
in. I'd love to see. We should make a modern like Exorcist movie,
That's
but
good,
instead
yeah.
of using like crucifixes and stuff, it's just like Jesus's or Mary's face in like the various foods people have found.
Yeah, the icons.
Yeah,
the
we got
icons in foods.
We've got the toast with Jesus or Mary's face, and then we have the Cheeto like Jesus against
Insane.
Pazuzu
That
the
would be
demon.
so funny. Yeah, preserve them all in acrylic.
I was gonna say because they do that with like saintly artifacts. So I think
Yeah.
we should petition to what do you call it to have like the Cheeto Jesus be a thing that's like blessed
A
by the
real
Pope.
sacred artifact.
Yeah. Have them verify this miracle.
You could, in theory, look. I've been to, well, this is like so random. Actually, I've been to like a mass held by the Pope. He just like blesses everything to like the crowd who's there. Well, it was the old Pope,
Yeah.
not this new guy.
No, whoever this new guy is.
Or this
but-
new guy, an American Pope.
Yeah, like please. If he was
Please.
real, his staff would have changed to have a cheeseburger on top.
What do you think he's gonna do? Baseball?
Yeah.
You think this is Field of Dreams?
He's editing the Bible so that way it's instead of like 2 fish or 2 loaves of bread and a fish, it's like 2 Big Macs and a large fries. What he used to feed everybody.
Do number 9.
Yeah. Number 4 with cheese. Double number 3.
Yeah, you want that for a Pope? I don't think so.
Not in my America.
Not in my America.
That reminded me.
You know who they should have made Pope? Bully G.
He would have known what was good for us if it was only him. Get the entire shore up there. Imagine the entire cast of Jersey Shore became the Pope at once.
Yeah, every single one of them is equally Pope.
Yeah, like they all have to come to an agreement on one like edict, and then they put that out to the entire Christian community.
It's like Love Island.
Yeah. Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Love Cathedral.
Love Cathedral is just like, I'm not vibing with this Pope. I have to leave the program, and then they like take their shit and leave. Like, we just weren't matching on the same wavelength.
Yeah, you see, he was more of a Protestant.
Yeah, I'm more an Episcopalian. It wasn't going to work out.
It just isn't
Why are you
gonna
all
work.
Catholic popes then? And then they cut the camera real quick. But I don't even know if that was like if they're actually separate denominations or if those are under Catholicism. But
Evangelical.
yeah, let's get the Kool-Aid running. Let's just toss the whole program out. That's how they end it. If it's a bus, they have everyone drink the Seventh-day Adventist Kool-Aid.
Oh, amazing!
Unless you find matches, guys, we really got to make this connection. Otherwise, we're going to meet Jesus personally. It is funny though. I love that like Rome, or not Rome, but like the papal city is like its own independent.
Oh yeah, Vatican City is like
Vatican
its own
City has its
country.
own army.
Yeah.
Like it's not held by like international law.
So
it's like-
oh shit. Sorry.
What?
You know what that implies.
I mean, okay, we're not saying Vatican
Allegedly.
City. Yeah. I'm actually, in fact, saying I did not say that. There's no allegedly. I did not say that.
We are not saying any of these words, but you know what
Yeah.
it was.
Yes, that is not happening.
Not happening.
I'm just saying it is private, and
It's like
it's
a private
entity,
company.
yeah.
It's almost like an island.
Yeah.
If
some
it
could
were
say.
owned by a guy named Jeffrey.
Yeah. Mr. Jeff in the papal seat.
Yeah, if it was owned by Palm Beach Pete.
Yeah.
You're not fooling anyone, Palm Beach Pete.
we see through the lies of Palm Beach
We
Pete.
see through your lies.
You can't just because you changed your name to Pope. Can't fool us.
Yeah, you can't fool us.
But again, that
Pope,
is
if that is
not
your real
happening.
name.
Yeah. like they see him as like, okay, you're telling me your first name's Pope, your last name's John. Okay, nice try, buddy.
The
Hang him upside down.
14th.
Yeah,
I knew more than 14 Johns.
yeah, that's not possible.
That's
Okay,
not possible. You gotta be like the 100th John.
I remember I reading back on like how old popes were buried,
Oh, sure.
and I remembered there was one who he was like. I forgot what he did, but
I think I know what you're talking about.
they were not a fan
yeah.
of him, and they like crucified him upside down.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. No, that's not what I thought you were going to say.
I feel like they crucified him upside down, and like that
Oh,
was
damn.
like a monument they had for a while. For it was
Wow.
like the it wasn't heretical, but it was like whatever he was espousing at the time, they were much less. If it's surprising to hear, trust me, I know, but I'm gonna say this: they were less tolerant at that time.
Whoa!
So they were like, "Nah, crucify his ass and put him upside down."
Crucify his ass.
They said, "Don't even hang him like Jesus. Turn him the other way." That's how much we didn't like this guy.
Okay.
It might have been back when it was like, because originally there was one Roman Empire, but then it split into the Byzantine and then the Roman Empire, and they both had popes.
Okay.
And they were like, "I'm the real pope." Like, no, I'm the real pope. So it might have been in that era where they were like feuding, and then they were like, "Nah, fuck this guy." But let me look it up.
Yeah, man. Because there was one pope story that I was thinking about where it was a pope who they unburied after his death to put him on trial.
They unburied him after his death and said, "Nah, get him back on the stand."
Put him back up there. We're trying him for his crimes.
Jesus. I mean, what was his defense? Did he win?
I don't know. I mean, he was dead, so I guess.
He's like, well, I mean, they really can't. What do you call it?
Yeah, they can't prosecute him, so I don't understand what the point was. They just really hated that guy.
Oh, okay. So, just for quick clarification, because I feel like this is one, like, with the U.S. government and, like, religion, I just wanted to make sure I was accurate on this one, so I actually took out my magic box to look it up. So, apparently, St. Peter was believed, allegedly buried upside down because Emperor Nero, this was back when they would, like, put Christians in the Colosseum, like, for fun and watch them get eaten by lions just because they were Christian.
Lovely, yeah.
Because they were not a fan.
No, not a fan.
They're like, all right, you're going to die. And he's like, cool. They're like, we're going to crucify you because we think it's funny because you're a Christian. That's your whole Jesus thing, right? And he was like, hey, no worries. Do what you got to do. Can you just do it upside down? Because I'm not worthy of Jesus yet. This is obviously before my time. I'm not meant to die yet. Or maybe I am, but either way, I'm not worthy of dying the same way Jesus did, so just put me upside down. And
Insane.
They're like, got you.
Yeah, we'll do that. Hell yeah.
Rome was great.
Yeah. I bet he wished that he was Emperor Pharaoh.
Yeah. Nero was crazy, too. He was the one that they were like, yeah, like half of Rome was burning, and he was like, I was busy playing my violin. My bad. My bad. Well, yeah, we'll what do you call it? We'll muster a force to put that fire out. It took like 3 days.
But
like,
this tune slaps.
Yeah, he said, "Boy, I can't wait for someone to recreate this with AI in the future." And he was doing whatever he was playing through the fire and the flames actually on his violin.
Insane.
But